Let's get this started, man. Hey now. Let's go. Welcome to episode 25 of the WeSoCultured podcast. I am your friendly... What'd you say?
Quarter century.
What does that mean?
Quarter
of 100. Yeah.
Christ.
I locked in. You know, I use the degree sometimes.
25.
Welcome to episode 25 of the WeSoCultured podcast. I am your friendly neighborhood host, Yoni. I got some good people with me as always. What's good, Sam?
What's going on?
Big Sam in the building.
Yep.
What's up, bro? You good?
Yeah, no horns, nothing.
Nah, you don't get no
sound
horns today, bro.
No sound effects?
Nah.
Damn,
You
bro.
don't get no horns today. No. I got the sound for you.
Fuck.
Brother, this guy stinks!
What's good, Sam? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm chilling.
Nice. Good to see you, bro. We got Dawit in the building. What's good, Dawit? Yep, matching with the hat with the shirt. What's good? I see
By
you.
mistake, bro.
I see you. We had to make sure we're not matching because it looks crazy when we match.
You had to make sure.
You're the only one who cares.
So y'all like matching?
I don't think we care.
Nah, it has to look like...
It'd be one thing if we were wearing anything other than white and black, and we like I feel like a bright red would look a little crazy.
You know what?
But like
it
if
is?
we were wearing white t-shirts, like or
Nah.
black t-shirts, like who cares?
Because I don't want to look like a follower. Like, y'all can be followers.
Good luck.
You feel me? You feel me, right?
No.
The
That's
Yeah, go like
one
this.
man
Go like
band.
this.
There's something on me.
Yeah. It's still there.
Nope.
Nah, it's still there.
Yep.
Oh, you got
There
it.
it
You
is.
got it.
There it is. Yeah.
Damn, bro.
That might be the first time you got something stuck in your beard before.
That's
Like
hate.
chin hairs.
That's hate.
I was about to say beard. What do you mean?
That's hate.
Oh, good to see you, Dawit. Good to see you, bro. We got Mello behind the cam. Hey.
Yo.
What's good? What's goody? You know, one thing I noticed about Mello, he stays wearing them 2 chains.
Yo,
Like,
chill.
who-
Don't
Who you think you are, bro?
don't say too much now.
My bad. It's 3. He rocks 3.
Going to reveal my secret
Yeah,
identity.
exactly.
I already told him he got a cut last time.
Mhm.
That was a little bit too much. It's good to see y'all. How was y'all's week, man?
Chilling.
June flew by, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It fucking
This whole year, dude.
flew.
I feel like the first month was slow as shit, and then next thing you knew,
Mm-hmm.
we're sneaking up on July 4th.
Bro, it's like anything that I think about planning, the date comes up out of nowhere and it's like, oh shit, I forgot to plan. Like the days are just moving by crazy fast. Anything y'all did this week that y'all feel like y'all need to share? Anything crazy outside of your ordinary
Nah.
routine?
I mounted my TV. Shit's fire.
Oh shoot.
Not gonna lie.
Oh, in your room.
Oh, yeah, my room.
I was about to say I didn't see shit.
We don't
in
have a
the
TV in the living room yet.
living room yet.
We just moved in.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long did that take?
Not long. I mean,
If you know what you're doing, it doesn't take that
yeah, not long. I had YouTube, TikTok. So
Nice.
I just had the tools, just did it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's nice.
That's what's
Got
up.
the
Now you
little
can
lights on the back.
start charging other people and doing their TV.
Right.
Did wait, you did it yourself or
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big man ting. It's good.
That's one of those things. If your family finds out too,
It's a
People
wrap.
know that
You
I
don't
can
be
mount
mounting
a TV.
everybody's
You know, there's
TV.
one time I couldn't do it, and it wasn't that I couldn't do it. It's it was y'all know her, but I'm not gonna say who it was. It was her parents' like rented condo that they paid for,
Mhm.
and when I drilled one of the 4 holes, it hit a plumbing pipe.
oh shit.
And I remembered, like, it didn't actually, like, puncture it or nothing. That's just why it wouldn't go through. So I was just like, look, I know if this was an apartment, you wouldn't care. And we can just make this shit Swiss cheese until I find a place to put it. But, like, I'm not trying to be responsible for this because you specifically just told me that was the only time I ever walked away not mounting a TV.
Right.
And that bothers me to this day.
Yeah.
And I saw whoever they hired for TaskRabbit do it, and they just used my points as a reference and like went up like I think that pipe was actually kind of fat because they went up like 2 inches.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I know I could have done that too, but it still would have been trial and error. And then all of a sudden you got more holes.
Yeah. I saw this funny video about, it was like how to find the stud in your wall, right? So, you use the stud finder, you could knock and like just hear to listen if you hit it or not. And then the other way, the dude just took a hammer and bashed a hole in the wall and
stuck his head. Hell no. That's crazy. And then you put a TV in front of it, you'll never know. Dude, ostrich that just like put his head through a hole.
That speeds up the process for sure.
You're not gonna miss.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Did you run into any issues like while mounting?
Nah. I mean, the only thing was usually with the TV mount, like you want 2 studs, so like you can drill into the wood basically for all 4 corners. But where my wall's really short, so like I have 1 stud in the middle, and then it's like the corner. And I don't want the TV off to the corner, so I use the middle stud with the main like drills, with the main screws, and then the 4 corners were just like little drywall mounts. Or whatever.
You know what you could use if you, because I've run into that. I mean, really and truly, these TVs nowadays, as long as they're like not from 15 years ago, they're super light.
They're pretty
so
light,
you're
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
But I use they're called Tapcons. I think they're called Tapcons. That's what I use for that shelf, and it's meant for holding up like 500 pounds.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And you remember what I had? It was like it's got like this piece that sits on it like that. It's got the screw in there, and when you put it through, it goes through like this. Then it opens back up.
That's what I have. Yeah.
Yeah,
On
if
the
you
thing,
use
it
that-
said toggle bolt.
Toggle bolts. That's what it was. I said Tapcons.
Yeah.
Toggle bolts
But
is the one.
Same
Because
thing.
if you use that, bro, you don't even need to find the stud.
Yeah.
You could just.
I have 4 of those on the corner, so that's already like good, and
You're
then
good.
2 in the middle for the stud. So, and then I did the little test where you like
Oh
hold
yeah.
it to make sure it doesn't come off.
I saw somebody do a pull up on.
You're doing
one
pull ups
when-
on it.
Yeah, no, I saw
It's
somebody
strong
do a
as shit.
pull up on it, like
Yeah.
when he was installing mine back in college.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't trust it,
It
but it
worked.
worked.
That's one way to test it. Let's get into well, July 4th is coming up. I was gonna ask, what are we doing for July 4th?
I never really do nothing crazy.
Are we celebrating America?
I don't usually do anything. Sometimes I go to see fireworks in DC, but I'm
Okay.
tired of that.
I
I've
usually
done enough.
just grill.
Or go to a
and
cookout.
it's-
Yeah.
And I'm tired of grilling. Like
Yeah.
I still haven't done it this year.
Yeah, you are kind of like the grill person.
I know.
Yeah.
I
Well,
like
I
things
mean, Mello, you made good sliders,
Mhm.
but as far as like the barbecuing, like
I make good everything. You just only have the sliders.
oh,
yeah, it was because it's a joint effort. So you weren't making anything else.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Sure,
I
I've
mean,
only had the sliders.
The glizzies. That's about it.
Oh yeah, you do make some good glizzies.
But that shit is easy. You just
Pause.
it sounds crazy.
Yeah.
But nigga, there's no work for
There's nothing
that.
for
You
that.
just
You
throw
know
that
what I mean?
shit on
That's
the
why I was
grill,
like,
yeah.
we just throw that on the grill. Call it
You
a
didn't
day.
do anything to make it like.
I just throw
extra-
barbecue sauce on it every now and then.
That's what made it more
Wait,
juicy.
no, time out. There's one time that you did something. It was like caramelized onions. Something was going on.
Oh yeah,
You did something different one time.
But didn't you do that in the crib?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was in the crib.
Yeah.
That was in the crib. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
like
so-
almost like Mexican hot dogs.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You ever had those?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
do that shit. It's like they cook the hot dogs together with like
It's like a bunch
onions,
of
green
different
peppers. Shit is fire.
That was really good.
Okay.
See, I'll show up to a cookout, but
Yeah,
other than that,
Yeah,
Y'all, if
I
y'all
don't
want to do a
wanna
mini
anything.
one, I'll do it.
yeah, we should do that at least. Yeah,
Yeah, we can do a little mini one like just us.
Yo,
right here.
one thing about this neighborhood, they go crazy with the fireworks.
Oh yeah.
I just in general with fireworks, even on New Year's, I came late and like the whole street, it was just smoke.
Yeah.
They were doing it in the street.
yeah.
I couldn't even see like driving.
In DC, they go crazy, man. Everywhere.
We got to think of something. to do.
Speaking of celebrating though, don't we have something to celebrate today?
We do.
Oh
We
shit, yeah.
did. What day was it? Saturday?
It was
Saturday?
late Saturday
Friday?
night. I remember that's because I think I sent it to y'all. I just had somebody text me about it because they were checking for us.
Oh, damn.
My boy-
you had someone check for us?
Yeah, my boy Bana, he's like I think I mentioned him on one of the topics that we talked about. He's been real like tuned in, and he was
Nice.
like, "Hey, bro, you got 3 left." I remember he said that like
Oh,
early in the
shit.
morning, and I just randomly checked in the middle of the night, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And I sent it immediately to y'all because I wanted to catch it right at 1,000.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so I just happened to check it right at the right time.
Yeah, and we got to thank one of our heads of marketing, Fanu.
Yeah.
Yo, he's been getting
Yeah,
people.
there you
He's
go.
been walking up to me. Yo, subscribe. Subscribe.
Big fan.
Oh, even my mom, bro. My mom had like
yeah?
at one
Yeah,
point
you
I
said
remember
your mom
he
was
jumped
on,
like
right?
20.
Hold on. I saw on Fanu real quick. Shout out Fanu for promoting this pod everywhere he goes.
Right.
This nigga be promoting it at work, to the shorties at the club. Hold on, to the shorties that don't even speak English. Hold on. Big Fanu. Thank you, bro. We finally hit 1,000 subscribers. Come on.
Yeah, round of applause.
That's good. 25 episodes in. It's really nice to kind of just like think about that. 1,000 people click subscribe.
It's
Yeah,
a lot of people, bro.
it's a lot less work on social media. So for them to go out their way and hop on YouTube, it's
Yeah, and when you actually look at the metrics, majority of our views are from people that are not subscribed. So it's still like a lot more potential that we have. We got to earn those people's, subscription,
yeah.
We got to earn it.
I
Yeah.
feel like some people honestly just forget to do it. To be honest with you, a lot of the shows that I watch, I'm not subscribed to any of their
That's
actual
true.
channels.
Yeah, I'll go search the name of the show
Yeah,
and
that is
then
very
go
true.
watch it.
A lot. I was looking at that too. There's a lot of searches for the pod. Like it'd be like 40%, 50% of the analytics come from search.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like
Which that in itself is effort.
that is.
Mhm.
That is.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are very thankful for anyone that pressed
Yeah.
or clicked subscribe.
And to our marketing agents, Fanu, your mom.
Yeah,
That's big.
Fanu,
Right.
Yeah,
Dawit's
yeah.
mom,
That's love.
everyone that's
Yeah.
been a part of these last like 5-6 months or so. It's been a journey, man.
Pretty sure my mom like holds him at gunpoint like a soprano though. You don't follow my guy.
This is my son.
You have
Just about
YouTube?
to-
Subscribe.
You have YouTube? Oh, okay.
Everybody have YouTube.
You don't have YouTube?
Not watch. Okay.
Oh snap!
Oh my god. Nah, she's the best.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got to cheers to 1K. What are we doing? Cheers.
Cheers,
Mello.
man. Long week.
That traveled.
Oof.
Went the distance.
Good gracious.
Oh
Goodness.
brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta let it marinate. That shit hit.
Pause.
Pause. But yes, again, thank you to everybody who clicked subscribe. We're also honing in on 7,000 followers on TikTok, which is big.
Nice.
7,000. We're getting closer to that.
I think with
10
that one, the big milestone is 10.
Yeah, 10
Yeah,
for sure.
10 for sure.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
then you can start doing other kind of sponsored posts, collab posts, like links. You can start putting links in your stories. It's
Yeah.
other perks that come with it.
Yep.
So
We're getting
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yep,
Shout out
yep.
to everybody. We do need to think of a kind of community name.
Yeah, we don't have a community name
because
yet.
it's 1,000 people subscribed, so we gotta maybe after the pod this week we gotta think of something.
Yeah.
Something to call the supporters.
Or actually, some of the viewers I feel like could suggest good names because they be funny, man.
wait, what?
Names for the community.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Viewers can also suggest a name. I feel
Oh,
like if
yeah.
they put it in the
Yeah,
comments or
yeah,
something,
yeah.
I feel like they always come up with some clever shit.
Yeah,
so
I might
just put something in there.
That one loser that's in our comments is gonna say something about pirates being Somali pirates. So.
The Pirates of the
Yeah,
Caribbean.
fuck that nigga.
Well,
loser.
We're
Pirates of the
we'll
Red
get
Sea.
to that. We'll get to that.
The Pirates of the Nile. That's gonna be our name.
That's funny.
The Nile Bandits.
Right.
That's good. Oh,
Clip it.
we got to react to. We've been meaning to do this segment for a minute, but we finally are going to be reacting to some hate comments. And we love hate comments. Like
We love
we
our
sit back
haters.
and laugh at it, but we've never addressed any of the comments that are wild or some of the comments that be left on our page.
It's gonna be an ongoing thing too, right?
Yes,
We're gonna
as
do
it
this every
should be.
now and
you
then.
gotta do this. From
We
now on.
love comments. We love when you guys comment. So
They're
So
funny.
keep this in mind next time y'all talk shit.
Honestly, they're funny as
they're funny as hell.
They're
Some of them
actually
are
so
funny.
Yes.
They're all funny.
I will say like majority of them are from TikTok, but we do got the Instagram dude.
They're all funny. When do we ever
Honorable
see one? We haven't seen one comment where like, damn, that was fucked up.
Yeah,
Nah,
No,
yeah,
no, no.
I haven't.
Yeah.
And some of them are like genuine. Like if you just saw it, you'd be like, damn, that's pretty racist. But it's funny as hell.
Yeah.
Funny as shit, bro.
It's just funny how mad some people get.
And they're creative.
Yeah.
The madder they get, the more creative they
Some
get.
people get so pissed
Before
off.
we even
bro.
deep dive into this, I feel like we may need to launch an investigation into Yoni's stalker.
Oh yeah,
Yoni Hart.
yeah, for sure.
Yoni Hart.
Yoni Hart.
Yoni Hart.
She's outside right now.
Yeah.
Dead
Nah, you
ass.
know what?
I
though?
didn't screenshot it, so
She has
Oh,
a-
she's in the screenshot somewhere in one of the ones because she's everywhere, and I've been messing with her.
Yeah.
There was
Okay, so hold on.
something about remember when Yodi was opening up about that girl and we posted that clip or whatever, and she was like, "Oh, I'll do this for you," like like I can't remember what she said, something along the lines of like, "I'll protect you," and I posted a picture of like 2 stick figures and they're both blind and it's supposed to be like the blind leading the blind.
wrong for that.
stand
So
up
just
for
to be
herself.
clear, this girl, she just comments my name on every post.
And a heart.
With a heart.
Yoni heart.
She's your number one fan, bro.
Yeah.
It's all good.
100%.
And y'all have seen this like on every post.
Everyone.
Every post, yeah.
Yep. I seen her outside your house too, I think, one time.
Yeah. A couple times, actually, yeah.
Oh, man.
I thought I heard a knock
Standing out
yesterday,
there like
but-
the Slender Man.
Yeah, exactly.
Shout out to her. Shout out to her.
Yeah.
Yep.
She has a doll in her room with Yoni. It's like a little Yoni
with all the
doll.
candles around
Yeah,
it
exactly.
and shit.
She locked
And she's
in,
got
bro.
that sewing needle from when you really act out. Like, you better not tell anybody you have a
shit.
girlfriend.
She's showing effort, bro.
That is effort. That is effort.
She giving pressure.
Yeah, that is applying pressure, and I gotta acknowledge that. So shout out to you.
Yeah.
I don't have the at. I don't have.
Yeah,
the
it's
at
on there.
handle. Okay.
One of the screenshots. You'll see it.
We'll pull it up.
The
First one I wanted to go over. All right, this is from a TikTok clip. I believe where we were talking about, like the preference. Like, would you prefer to date Habesha women or would you date outside of
Yeah,
your
I
race?
already know
Whatever the
where he's
case.
going.
So it might. I don't know. It's not the one that you think.
Yeah, okay.
It's the first one I saw. At the edit guy 3 said, Habeshas have to be the most colorist and brainwash people to ever exist. Period.
I'm not gonna
So-
lie. There's some racist Habesha
There
people
is some
out there,
truth to
so
that.
There's some truth to that
Yeah, but
comment.
to say
but
the most.
but the most is crazy.
Yeah, the most
most.
is crazy. When there was there's been genocides. like,
the most colorist is crazy.
yeah, like,
Bro, people in Asia are literally bleaching their skin.
Exactly.
Like, how
Yeah.
we're the most colorist.
yeah.
No, I don't take it. I don't accept that.
I think it's an important discussion because there is colorism that happens in our community, but
Hell yeah, especially the way we view ourselves in comparison to other Africans.
agreed.
That
There's
shit is
definitely
like- we feel like-
superior.
Yeah,
Yeah, when it shouldn't be like that.
yeah.
I think that's the bigger part of it. I think the bigger
Say-
part is
yeah,
what he's
see?
saying. The fact that, a lot of Ethiopians, the first thing you ask anybody who's from Ethiopia, they're proud about, like, that Ethiopia was never colonized or taken over basically for, a long period of time or anything.
Mhm.
So I think a lot of it comes from that. But also what you're saying is like a lot of Habeshas might, differentiate themselves and be like, well, we're not like you.
Yeah, and
There's true. It's true to it. At the same
but
time,
but it's a problem though because we're talking about appearance. Like colorism is based on appearance. It's not based on whether you were colonized. Or
Right,
Yeah,
but
there's a lot of
colorism
tribalism, but
we're
that's
talking about
every-
colorism within the Ethiopian community.
I feel
Yeah,
like
that shit is bad too.
Yeah,
I feel like I haven't seen that much of that though.
Nah, it's
What?
prevalent.
It exists.
Nigga, what?
Nah, it
I'm not.
exists,
I didn't say it doesn't exist. I just said I don't.
to say the most, I think is out of pocket.
The most is
The most is
crazy.
crazy. Yeah.
Most is crazy.
If
They got like some story. They got like
he's projecting,
yeah.
he probably dealt with some sort of colorism and shit like that. And brother, we appreciate the comment, but it's like to generalize a whole people based off one clip is crazy.
Yeah, the other part, dude. Okay, I think some people when they say Habesha, like in their mind, like let's say you're from another country, right, wherever that might be, and you say Habesha, you are probably thinking of like Yoni. Like that's probably the image of like Habesha, like some light skinned dude, whatever, right?
No,
No,
this
no,
is
just
the
be-
image
I'm
of
just being
fucking.
real.
Never mind.
No,
No,
wait, let me get it out. Let me get it out. Let me get it out. Wait. Let me just say. Let me just say what I'm going to say. Let me just say what I'm going to say, and then we can go. So you're thinking of some light skinned dude, big forehead, whatever. Like you're thinking of a specific image of a person, right? But a lot of people don't realize like Habesha people are all different colors. Like there are dark Habeshas, there are extremely light Habeshas. Like if you saw my mom, you'd be like, "What the hell's going on?" Like
Yeah,
she's
my
really
mom
pale.
too.
So it's
Yeah.
like you got that whole thing. There's colorism that happens within. But I think that people from outside, like especially if you're maybe from another African country, when they say that we're colorist, I think they're saying that a lot of Habesha women may not want to date outside their race or whatever, right? Maybe they don't want to date outside of being Habesha, right? But that doesn't mean that they don't like you or like they don't think that you're attractive or they don't think they might just be making a conscious decision to be like, I want my children to also be Habesha.
Yeah.
You get that? That's the difference I'm trying to make. That doesn't make them colorist.
Yeah. Understood. I'm saying there is colorism in the fact that light skin and in the Habesha community, not all of us, but there are some people that view the lighter skin as superior than the darker skin.
Yeah, that happens.
Just like in a lot of other communities. Sure. That's why this guy's saying this. It's like, I don't agree with it. One, because it happens in other communities.
I feel like it's tribal too. It's that, and it's like the tribal stuff.
I feel like I see it more in an external sense, like the way that they might view other African countries versus ours.
That's another
That's
bad
the colorism
thing.
that I see most.
Yeah.
More than anything. Like, because I feel like the tribalism is completely different. And to an extent. Like,
I think a lot of the older generation, like the unks, the grandpas, the grandmas, the aunties, like not all of them, but a lot of the older Habeshas like still have that kind of mentality where they view themselves higher than like West Africans. Like it's crazy.
Yeah,
so
but if you ask a West African like what's the best country in Africa, they're going to say their country. Does that make them racist? No.
I think it makes you racist once. Of course, it doesn't make you racist to have pride in your country, but once you start to like say some slick shit about a person's color, like let's not lie here. There are some like words that Habeshas use to make fun of darker skin.
Sure, but there's words that other countries use to make fun of Habeshas.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. We have to acknowledge that, though.
Yeah, acknowledge it. But this guy, I'm talking about this guy's comment saying that we're the most colorist.
Yeah.
He's like, it sounds like he's not Habesha.
For sure not.
And he's saying that maybe he tried to smack at some girl and she curved him, and now he's upset at all Habeshas.
That's usually the hell.
That's usually what it is.
That's usually the hell that they spawn from. For
she
sure.
wouldn't be a racist. She don't want you.
Yeah, she don't want you, bro.
Like maybe you should go to the gym.
Yeah,
she just didn't want you, bro.
Yeah.
Nah,
for sure. What were you going to say, Mello? You said you were going to fry me.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say, don't start.
Why'd you go back?
Don't start.
It was spur of the moment.
Because you were saying what? When you said when people think of Ethiopian, an Habesha person, they think of me?
Yeah, like when non-Ethiopians think of Habeshas, they think of like some light-skinned dude, big forehead. Like that's there's a specific thing that they think of. You know what I'm saying?
He's pretty much fried. Yeah. He fried you already. So.
Yeah.
You made me say it again.
You had to leave out. You could have left out the big forehead.
Bro, look at me.
I don't know. I thought Yoni looked more like the Italian attempt on Habeshas.
Exactly.
The Italian second war.
You laughing? Fanu, you laughing? Why are you smiling?
Bro. Dang. That was the remnants they left when they came and tried to.
They got a couple people pregnant. Ding.
That's crazy.
No. Remember, don't cover your face now. All right. Well, we have to go over
Super Mario.
Lasagna.
Damn, you coughing?
Lasagna.
That's some fire lasagna.
Mello.
I can't. What do you want me to do?
What do you want me to do?
Rigatoni.
Oh, that's crazy. Rigatoni is wild. We have to. Speaking of Mello, the Somalis came after Mello. Hold on.
Yeah, man.
This has to be discussed. We have to gloss over this. So they came at you for saying in a clip you said Somalian instead of Somali.
Yeah, apparently that's incorrect.
Is it?
I know this is news to me. I mean,
you're supposed to say Somali. You're not supposed to say Somalian.
I think you just spoke from what you thought was
an honest mistake.
Correct.
That's what I've been saying my whole life. Everybody I know says Somalian, so
it was honest.
I've heard people say Somali, but I just thought it was.
I hear both. To be honest with you,
it's sort of like saying Habesha instead of Ethiopian to me. That's the way that it came off to me. So whenever I heard people say Somali, I didn't know that was the politically correct term.
The correct way.
I think you were just speaking as grammatically correct as you thought you were speaking.
That's what I've been saying my whole life around Somalian people too.
This is news to me.
I literally grew up with them. I've been saying that shit.
Nah, hold on. But they did not let this.
They didn't let it go though. Yeah, I learned my lesson.
They
went crazy.
They went crazy. I mean, the top comment was basically just saying, It's not. First of all, it's not Somalian. It's Somali. That comment got like over 200 likes.
Okay.
And the replies were also just like there were some people defending you though.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
So
They were going
saying?
back and forth in the comments. Some people were just talking shit to each other.
The comments, but
You know, it just goes to like down a rabbit hole. People just start talking shit to each other.
You
Like,
hit him with that.
I just thought
yeah.
that
you
was
hit him with that
hilarious.
mellow laugh when you were scrolling through it. Just-
I just
somebody
think it's-
pulled out the actual dictionary, like took a screenshot from the fucking Google
Oh, shit.
definition of it and posted it.
How did I not see this? That's
No,
so
I
funny.
missed
Yeah,
all
no,
that.
we have to do a better job.
Like
of
you can't
really
be mad at
looking
me. I'm not Somalian, first of all.
Yeah.
If I was if I was, then that would look crazy. But I'm not.
Wait, did you say you're not Somalian?
I fucked up again.
Oh, shit. Damn, he
My
doesn't
bad.
learn. He never learns.
That's so good.
Oh,
Shout
brother.
out.
You
my
see,
Somalis.
honest mistake.
No, for real though. I didn't know, but now we know. Now we know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't know.
Shout out to all the Somalis, man. We love y'all.
My big four-headed cousins.
Good.
Let's see here. At on_top676 said, I can't trust these house slaves. They ain't black or African people.
How you gonna call us house slaves and then say
And
we're
they
not
said-
black or African?
Yeah. I'm not black. I'm Abisha in quotes. Like, we're, first of all, where do
Oh, I put that in quotes because first let's talk about the comment. So the in quotes wasn't the comment. That was
Okay.
something else. But I can't trust these house slaves. They ain't black or African
Why
people.
are we house slaves?
What do we do? What was that clip about?
Where we were talking about the preference. A lot of these came from
God
the preference
damn.
split. Yeah.
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 You
People
get
just
mad.
upset.
They did
You just
not
upset
like
you
it.
didn't get chose. That's
And then,
crazy.
like, I
We
said,
don't
I
want
want
you
Just the fact that you watched that clip and your reaction was, I can't trust these house slaves. Don't scroll through. Some people don't need to have social media, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you get triggered that easily, like,
Yeah.
Nah, I think
like, bro, probably
How do you
lived
do
a
anything in
very
life? How do you
good
have a
life
job?
with both parents and a nice home? And then
Yeah.
he's like, house slave.
slave.
Shut up.
oh man.
Probably
How are we house
probably still don't pay rent in your mama house, bro.
Yeah, honestly, that's a confusing comment though. I think he doesn't
so
understand.
confusing.
Yeah, because you
he's
said
contradicting himself.
yeah, like I can't trust these house slaves, but then said we're not black or African. So how are we house? How
I
are we
guess
slaves?
What
I
are
guess,
we?
I guess he's saying it like how they mainly kept like the mixed people or like the lighter tone people in the house during slavery.
But he said we're not black though.
But yeah. So I
And
guess
he said we're not African.
Yeah, that's hella contradictory. or
So
whatever.
we are
Who is this person? Let's
we
look
are
at his
house
page,
slaves
man.
that are not African or black.
I think he got a crush on us.
I think
I
so
think
too.
so. This is a guy?
Probably.
Yeah.
Let's go on his page. Let's see what the fuck does he look like?
I mean, you're gonna have to go on the.
Oh, I
That's
got you.
so crazy, dude.
Nah, but
That's so crazy.
it's
We're
I
gonna
don't
start
wanna
pulling
spend
up
time
people's
going on
posts.
this.
Nah, next time though.
Next time we
We'll start
can.
pulling
Pull up
people's
your
shit up.
posts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nah,
next
a lot
time
of these
we
people
can.
don't post their face though. That's the
Yeah,
crazy
that's
Nah.
If you a lot of the hate comments, they're not gonna have their face
Yeah,
on
this
it.
is
You know,
bots,
they know
yeah.
better.
Yeah. Calling us house
Um,
slaves is crazy.
At men,
I don't even think Abishas were in the Atlantic slave trade.
I don't even know, bro. At men FYT says, look at these half Arabs.
Half Arabs.
What did that comment
What does it
do?
even mean?
Comment did nothing, man.
I don't know.
Do you guys feel like you're half Arab?
Low key?
Nah, we are Arab. I mean,
Low key,
we,
bro?
We are Arab, right?
The way
okay,
he commented
to be fair-
it though, it was like it was a diss.
Nah, to
Yeah,
be fair
right.
though, to be fair, you know what? The only thing I'll say, there was a time, I think like this is like early 300s, like this is like way back in Ethiopian history,
Mhm.
where we did conquer a little bit of like Yemen and like we went into across the sea, like into there. But I don't know if they brought people here, like they might have just stayed there. So there's no
okay.
proof that we mixed with Arabs. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we
Yeah.
share some ancestry with Arabs.
So it could be, but it's distant. Yeah,
Okay.
but it's such a distant trait. Like half is crazy.
yeah,
Come on.
yeah.
I did the 23 of me.
He was
bro.
saying it as a diss.
Yeah.
He was
I
saying
did
it
the
as a
23 of me.
But 23andMe only goes back a certain amount of years.
probably.
It's not the best DNA test that exists out there.
Yeah, I bet.
So I think ancestry goes back like almost like 1,000, 2,000 years more, or I don't know. It's a lot, but
True.
there's levels.
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
much.
Yeah. We gotta do the African ancestry one.
Yeah, we do.
That's probably
At only here to watch 10 says, Who put Unk on the pod?
What are they talking about?
Dawit. They were talking about Dawit.
It's
Fuck
in the
them.
name. At only here to watch. How about you shut the fuck up and watch?
Hey!
Fuck out of here.
What was the video about?
It was
Pissed Unk off, man.
the one where we were talking about like if your girl or like you like when your girl can eat like a lot. Like Dawit was just
and
saying,
I just said something about
he was
like
saying some
I don't want to
valid
hear
shit.
a girl smacking when she's eating. Who put Unk on the pod?
Yeah,
Get your
yeah.
like monkey ass out of here. Man. Fuck out of here. You probably eat like some kind of slob.
Yeah.
Nigga, how about you bathe before you speak to me?
Oh man, they got you good, man.
It pissed Dawit off with that.
Yeah, bro, like
That comment got a lot of likes, bro. It was a lot.
yeah, I
a
saw
lot of
that. I was
shorties
like,
hating.
what's this hate for?
Because it was
bro?
funny though. It was funny though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's
was.
still funny, but I was just like, only here to watch. Fucking
Ooh, this
cuckold.
next one was spicy. At I don't care says Habesha women ain't the most beautiful. I'm from Nigeria. I will always go to the Somalian women. First of all, you said Somalian
Yeah, you ain't even say
instead
it
of
right,
Somali.
Yeah, we about to
That's how
get you,
we
nigga.
know you don't get Somali. Right? We know you don't get Somali women, bro.
Oh, brother.
First of all,
this
some
guy
Habesha girl broke his heart. That's what
For
it sounds. That's what it
sure.
sounds
Oh
like.
yeah, for sure. They
Or he tried to get somebody he couldn't get. Yeah.
no, he
Yeah.
tried the fetish approach, just like everyone,
He said,
and then
"Conjo."
didn't work. Oh yeah, here
Hi, Conjo.
the clickbait words.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the people that be hating on the Habesha girls, like they probably got curved by some.
always
For sure.
He went out his way to make that comment though. So he's
Hell
really
yeah.
he really
That
feels
was a
the
lot
type
of
of
that
way.
was a lot of typing.
Yeah.
He did a lot of typing right there.
The funniest is the comment right under. It says, "Shut up and go eat your fufu, nigga."
Man, they came after him, bro.
Yeah, bro, you got to get it
Bro.
right. It's Somali,
Yeah.
not Somali.
Like,
Yeah,
mind
bro.
you imported yourself from Nigeria, and you still didn't even mention your own women. What's wrong with you?
Come on,
Fucking
man.
scammer. He probably did that comment on someone else's phone.
Someone else's phone.
Paying his
Yo.
internet with somebody else's
Yeah.
credit card.
Oh shit.
Yo, nah, bro. Back in the day, y'all.
Oh,
did y'all
snap.
ever get those emails?
That's
Huh?
funny.
Did y'all ever get those emails?
Oh, you
back
talking
in
about
day?
the pyramid scheme from a prince?
The Nigerian prince?
Yeah.
Bro, they was sending that shit to everybody.
I remember looking at it like, how many princes are there?
That was by a white guy. How do you know? No way.
Bro, he's
Really?
linked with the Nigerian scammers. This
Oh
nigga
my
told
God.
me, bro. Hey, Fanu, you gotta be careful.
Fanu,
bro.
an affiliate scammer.
That's so crazy, bro. Our
Oh,
head
man.
marketing agent is linked with the scammers.
Shout out to all the
I'll steal
Nigerians.
your
We
credit
love the
cards,
Nigerians.
bro.
That's
Damn,
insane.
they got him good, man. You gotta be careful. Yeah, you can't. How are you gonna hate on another group of women and then you don't even mention love about your own women? That's crazy.
That's hate, bro.
Wow. White American scammer pretending to be Nigerian.
He was pretending. Bro, this man single-handedly destroyed Nigerian reputation
Yeah, bro.
for decades.
Fucked them up.
This white dude.
Oh my
That's funny as
days.
shit.
Yo,
bro.
was he South African though?
Careful.
They scam out
Oh
there too.
shit.
He's white though. He's white though.
He was from Elon's tribe.
Yo.
Shout out to the South Africans, yo.
Oh, boy.
Wait. Scroll to. You had the screenshot, right, of whatever
Yeah.
you wanted to talk about.
Scroll down
more.
just to the next page. I just had to bring this up. So wait, right there. It says, "You look." They were talking about Sam. They said you look like the Ethiopian singer. What was it? How does it? I can't really read it.
Sayumaka.
Do you know that name?
Sayumaka.
With the scarf and the hat. Scroll down some.
Damn.
They said that's Sam. It's funny
Wait,
as
what's
shit.
his name?
It don't really look like him
It's at
though.
the top.
Si-
Gabriel.
Gabriel.
Nah, Gizzo.
Nah, at the top, bro.
Gizzo.
They said it at the top.
The name.
Oh,
The name-
Kazorabat.
The name at the top.
Yeah.
though.
Does that mean he's dizzy?
Yeah, but look at the name at the top above it.
Yeah, that's the name I saw.
Sayumaka
Sayumaka
Gabriel.
You know this name?
I've
I've never
heard
seen
that.
him before either. I just looked up the picture and I
Oh, okay.
cackled.
Oh,
That's
okay.
crazy.
That's funny. He does kind of look like you, bro.
No, first of all, this comment is hilarious. Are we gonna talk about this?
Yeah,
Yeah, it
because
was-
that's
it
why
was
I was like, that's why I posted that one in there. So this was from the
Some people don't know what
the time we were
fuck they're
talking about like
about.
in Jeddah and being in 7-Elevens and all that being crazy.
Mhm.
Dude got on here and said, "Bro, what is the surprise? It is supply and demand. Most consumers for a product, supplies follow. Why do you think lots of fentanyl, heroin overdose is happening? Too many consumers. Cartels pushed it." I was like, bro, how did we go from Injera to fentanyl?
Yeah, yeah.
This nigga took an Adderall and kicked in right when it
Yeah.
started scrolling.
Nigga lost me
Bro,
with that.
He was connecting dots that weren't even there. Bro.
Yes.
Hey yo, his bedroom wall is like a bunch of
Yeah, exactly. Like Einstein and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nah,
bro,
he's off the deep end, bro.
He definitely doesn't have like a ceiling light in there, just a bunch of LED strips for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
What the heck?
Bro, what is
Nah,
the surprise?
that's crazy.
What is the
Cartels.
What is
surprise?
supply and demand? It's funny when you read it with an accent.
Hey, shout out to all the commenters. Anybody that comments, hate, whatever. If it's hate, love,
No, we
keep
love it.
going. We love it.
Y'all
we
are
love,
funny.
We love reacting to it. Y'all are hilarious.
They are funny.
bro.
Yeah.
Like even calling me Unc, I've I've heard it so many times over the past few
Yeah.
years because I've
Mhm.
always been kind of the oldest of
Yeah.
my friend group, and it'd be like 2 years, and they'd
Bro.
call me Unc.
I'm telling you, you should grow your beard, bro.
It's too much work.
Dude, grow it and maintain it, bro. Pause. You look good with the beard, bro.
You mean like
Get
grow,
it shaped
you mean
up?
Grow like a full?
No. Like Sam's. If you get it lined up, bro.
Mine's not even lined up.
Yeah, I said if he gets it lined up, bro. I'm telling you, you'll change the game, bro.
It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, but I think you could do it,
I try to avoid.
Go to a Dominican barber.
bro. Yeah,
They'll have you crispy.
yeah, bro. I'm telling you, just try it out. Try it out.
Using a protractor and shit.
Yeah, for real. Yeah,
Won't he look fire with a beard? Pause.
it's gonna look like
I mean,
somebody
yeah,
took
I
a
think,
stencil.
I guess.
You might look a little bit more Hispanic though, but I mean, I think it's a fire look.
Oh, I know black. I didn't.
I know
I know black.
Oh shit. Did you want to talk about the streamers thinking?
Yeah. If you
so
could,
you got
can
to
you
click
click
right.
on that TikTok link right there?
What's it about?
So they took a group of streamers and then a group of people who just work regular 9-to-5 jobs and had them debating which one's harder.
Oh shit.
But that's hard to say.
That's a
though,
hard
'cause
debate though.
9 to 5 is so vague. Like, you can have a 9 to 5 working at a grocery store. You can have a 9 to 5 being a construction worker.
That's what I'm saying.
Completely
So
different.
that's
yeah,
what
that's true.
that's the brain mush that kind of came with it, but I thought it was interesting.
Guaranteed to pay. Yeah. That makes it hard. Yeah. No, makes it easier. Makes it easier. Yeah. Because we have guaranteed. 100%. You talk about raises. Makes it easier for 9 to 5 people to have a job because their pay is. Yeah, when you go to work every day, so you're basing the ease of a job just on somebody getting paid regularly. Is that what you? Well, let's just say when that comes to perspective. If you say someone who works food, someone who works a doctor, it's obviously different. But if you're talking abroad, 9 to 5, someone who doesn't need a degree, yeah, it's way easier than being a streamer. How so? Well, it's because you're guaranteed and you don't need any crazy knowledge. You don't need to go to school for most jobs, like certain things like a 9 to 5. If you wanted to go work at Foot Locker, I could go to Foot Locker, apply, and then next thing you know, I'm selling shoes for pay every single hour. So, according to you, a job
Snaps is killing me.
easier or harder based on the guaranteed pay. That's one aspect of it. Working at Foot Locker, working at a job like Panera or wherever they sit is easier than a streamer. Yes, because a streamer you come out with ideas. You have to stay relevant. We're talking about ideas now. Yeah, we're talking about pay. Okay, so what do you want to start with though? But it doesn't make. But you're not even. You keep switching it. So I'm not switching anything. Yeah, you 100% are. So how is it harder if you're guaranteed pay? I worked for 4 years streaming. I didn't make $1. Well, what's your definition of harder? That's the thing. It's like what? Something you need creativity. You need to get out of your circle, comfort zone. You need to be able to actually.
He made a lot of
Honestly,
good points.
He
though,
made some
but
good points.
He did, but here's
it's
the thing,
still
and this is what this is
about to
probably
play-
what
it's about to
created.
play
It's about to
videos.
do a continue play if you don't. So
Oh, hold on, nah. I gotta see this.
these are different topics, or they're still talking about the same thing. That guy looks like an asshole, though.
he just compared med school to streamer university.
That's crazy.
Nah, they're funny as shit. They're trolling.
But he's
bro.
talking about working at Foot Locker
It's
and Panera.
pure-
Bread
Yeah,
stuff
and I
like
mean,
that.
which
they're
knock-
literally
knock on
rage
jobs like
baiting.
that,
No, but
but-
here's
They're trolling.
Here's what made that conversation much longer than necessary. And this is what makes the topic so clever is that nobody's setting a defined premise of what you define as hard. So that's what makes them go back and forth over like, because technically whether or not you get guaranteed pay has nothing to do with the difficulty of a job.
Doesn't at all.
Right.
Now, when he started to hone in on his point of like, you know, the creativity and staying up to date and all that, that's a valid point. And you could say that's harder than working at Panera Bread or whatever. But like, I don't know. I don't think it's fair to compare the two no matter what, because at the end of the day, like as a streamer, I'm even taking the entertainment point out of it, but like you probably are sitting in a chair the whole time when someone at Walmart who's working the register has to be on their feet for 10 hours just to make sure that they can provide enough to pay for their bills and then go work another job because that's not going to pay enough anyway. So, you know, it's kind of corny, honestly, to compare the two all together, regardless.
Yeah. It's for entertainment.
It's for entertainment. They
know what they're doing.
But like for the sake of the conversation, I thought it was interesting listening to it because they made sure it's going to be people who are on extremes of both sides.
Yes, yeah.
For
Like
sure.
I understand his. My bad. What were you gonna say?
Oh no, I was gonna say for sure because they took all these guys that are in this clip are super successful streamers. Yeah. They're not. These aren't like average Joes. Like these guys are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. So they definitely took the most extreme side of it because these are the people who made it. But like the people who are streaming for years and don't make $1 and are just, you know, hoping to get there, those people would definitely be like, nah, this shit is grueling.
And I've also seen other clips from this debate too, where they were like, yeah, you know, I didn't make $1. And then they were like, so then how were you able to stream for 4 years? And he was like, well, I live with my mom.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like, well,
if that's almost like going to a university for 4 years so you can get your degree to get a job, right?
Yeah.
It's like you go through that bullshit in the beginning, you know what I'm saying? To do the legwork, set a foundation, and then you make money later. It's an investment.
It's an interesting comparison.
Yeah, like, it is an interesting comparison.
It's levels. It's levels to both of them.
Yeah. Also, any job I think that has an aspect of fun to it, people will immediately say that that's not hard.
Yep.
So like, you know,
good point.
Take like any like, you know, a lot of sports, like because they're physically, like you can see them physically running and doing stuff. You'd be like,
oh, they don't respect a single sport. There's certain people who really don't respect a single sport as work. And I'm just like, I would love to see you jump 48 inches straight in the air without running.
Yeah. Or like train every day for the rest of your life.
Yeah. You physically have to be, granted, it's like there's a percentage of that's God-given physical talent. Like no matter how hard I train, I'll never run a 4.4. Yeah, like even if I started from when I was 16, doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like there's some of that's just kind of like natural, genetically there. Yeah. But I mean, we've seen guys who were jumping out the gym and running like crazy and never had any success in the league and getting smoked by Alex Caruso. You know what I mean? Like it's lazy to sit here and say either side is.
The competition's hard. But yeah, I think anything that has like, if it seems like there's a fun aspect to it, I think people already like
dismiss it.
Yeah, they're like, that's not hard. And it's like, well, there's more to the story.
Yeah, even video game streaming, they think that it's just like, bro, like I play college football and I've played against certain people, and I'm literally like, I don't know how you're this good.
Right. But
like,
then
you've got to be good at it.
The flip side to it though is if you like, I'm sure if you asked any of those 9-to-5ers, would you rather do this or streaming? I'm sure some of them would be like, I'd rather do streaming. But if you ask the streamers, would you rather do this or 9-to-5? Be like, I'd rather do streaming also.
100%.
So everyone would probably rather do it, even if it's like maybe more.
Even if you take the money out of it, you'd rather be like if I knew that I was making $15 an hour as like a McDonald's deep fryer versus $15 an hour as a streamer, I'm gonna stream.
Bro, there is a lot of streamers and content creators that are comfortable with that full time, making $60K a year, $70K a year. That's all they do. Yeah. So that's not even talked about a lot. A lot of it's talked about just the extreme streamers or content creators that are making millions a year, 100,000s a year or a month. Like there are a lot of mid-tier creators that are making 80K, 70K, 60K a year, and they're chilling.
Yeah, but even separate from the money factor, like think about how much lifestyle is completely different. When you got a 9-to-5, you got a boss. If you're streaming, you don't have anybody to answer to. You can take a vacation whenever the fuck you want.
Even them, technically, they do have a boss, and it's their audience.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like in the traditional sense.
Answer to anybody.
Yeah, you're not answering to anyone.
Yeah, you don't have to deal with them toxic coworkers and act like you fuck with them.
I actually
deal with all that bullshit.
Even financially looking at it, I remembered I did the calculations of me going into work every day.
Yeah.
Between lunch keeping my car, functional and all that, spending $10K a year just to go to work and back.
That's what I'm saying.
So like whatever you make in a year, if you drive more than 15, 20 minutes, you can really account for that as another additional $10,000 in sunk cost just to physically be there.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Shout out to that topic. That was a good one. NBA draft happened a couple days ago. It looks like there was a lot of chatter around some of these guys, some of these new picks.
The most corrupt draft process ever.
It looks like some of them were kind of ungrateful, some would say.
Yeah.
But I do think that's because like the environment they're in now, college players can make bread. So now they're kind of like seeing like, I don't want to play for this team. I want to play for this team. Like Ace Bailey, case in point.
They're entitled at this point, but at the same time, like.
But I feel them though.
That's what I was gonna say.
I don't want to go to a team that's a disaster.
If you go to a shitty team, that can impact your career trajectory
Forever.
altogether. So like, if the team sucks and they're kind of in your way of development, you don't have a good coaching staff and all that stuff, then like your career can go to shit and it'd be somebody else's fault. At least half of it.
I'll say the top 5 looks like Cooper Flagg. Cooper Flagg went number 1 to the Dallas Mavericks. The fact that the Mavericks got the first pick,
Still good.
yeah, what you said,
Corrupt. Colluded.
Dylan Harper, second pick, got to the San Antonio Spurs.
Another corruption pick.
Him and Wemby are going to be a problem. Definitely corruption there.
They were in the weren't
What is he- what
both
position
the
he's-
first two teams in the play-in tournament?
I think so. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Basically,
And they
they
picked
did not
number one
deserve a
and number
top 3
two.
pick at all. None of them. They didn't deserve a top 3 pick. VJ Edgecombe gets picked 3rd to the 76ers.
But did you hear his little speech after he got picked? He said he lived 7 years
I seen
off
that
of his
one.
mom using a generator or
No
whatever. I was
electricity.
like, oh, this dude's going to be a dog,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. Hearing
that
those,
man is hungry.
yeah,
bro.
man. Hearing those players that like they literally come from nothing, bro.
Yep.
It's definitely like good to see that they really made it. They stuck it out and they made it. Shout out to him, bro. He's definitely a dog too. With the 4th pick, Knuppel from Duke gets picked by the Charlotte Hornets.
Another
I'm
team
not really
should be
familiar
picking
with
top
him.
3.
He's not. He's a shooter, right?
Yeah,
or is he a big
like,
man?
He's a wing. He's
Okay.
a 3 or a 4. Like
He's
that
picked
3 or
4th,
4.
so that he's nice as shit.
Yeah, but I didn't see him going that high. Most of those little mocks that I seen, he's like somewhere in the 10s.
They saw something in this dude because he got picked 4th. He might be. I think he's a big man, bro. He's not getting picked number 4th if he's under like 6'5".
Yeah,
No way. He's got to be.
He's a big dude,
He's got to be big.
but he's slow. That's his problem. I think.
Ace Bailey, a lot of controversy around him. He got, he was predicted to be a top 2 pick, but he dropped down to number 5. He got selected by the Utah Jazz.
Why he dropped
He
down?
was pissed.
Apparently, just his attitude toward team workouts. He was
skipping
missing. Yeah,
Yeah, I heard he didn't fly on the plane
But
or something.
His apparently other players have skipped workouts before too, on purpose. So
I think it's a lot of the league trying to humble these kids. Same thing with Shador. Like they really humbled Shador, but even with Ace Bailey, like this dude, that's a lot of difference of. That's a big difference between money when you talk about the 1st pick and then the 5th pick. That's like at least 5 to 10 mil, like drop off right there.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it's.
I
like,
think he just didn't want to be in Utah.
I think he didn't want to be in Utah. Agreed. I think he wanted to be in Dallas, somewhere with a bigger market. But I think Utah is good for him. There won't be any distractions. Like, nigga, it's Utah. Like, you're not gonna be outside in Utah.
And you're gonna, bro. There's 82 games. You're playing half of them on the road. You want to be outside. You can be outside.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Well, I mean, I think with nowadays, the draft is definitely not what it used to be. I think the draft before, like they always bring up the 2003 year with LeBron, Carmelo, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh. Like it is just certain. There's certain things that make a draft like legendary.
I think the problem is that the draft and the NBA Finals was too close together. You couldn't build any anticipation.
That too.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, literally, what was it, Saturday night that they played Game 7? and then you snake around and Wednesday's a draft. Like, I didn't even know what was happening until it was halfway over.
It wasn't like that back in the day.
I think it always was. That's why, like, the NBA draft has always been known as underwhelming.
Like, you would, back in the day, maybe like what, 10, I know back in the day is different for me, but like, even before, like 10 years ago, I would know when the draft is happening. Yeah. Like, there was a big marketing production around it. Nowadays, it's really not like that. Like, I feel like they're doing really good with the NFL. Like how they're like kind of promoting that, saying it's going to be in DC.
You get at least 2 months.
Yeah,
I feel like the NBA, you can do it in 2 weeks because it's not as many players. In football, there's 7 times 32. That's 250 something players is getting drafted. But in the NBA, you only got 60. So really, even if you gave them 2 weeks before you put out the draft, but what do I know? I'm not the professional.
They got to get rid of this lottery BS or whatever.
Yeah, that shit is stupid as fuck.
Yeah, just do it like the NFL.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. If you had a bad year, give them.
I don't understand. Or even if you shorten the lottery, like windows of it, like the top 5, you're locked into the 5 no matter what. Yeah. You can't have a team that could have picked 13th end up number 1.
Hell no. That's crazy. Doesn't make the game fun. I get the point of like, you don't want teams
and
tanking.
It's not fair. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not fair at all.
Yeah.
The next thing in important news, the Trump birthright citizenship. What's someone know more about that? What's going on with that?
Y'all were talking about it a little bit. Mello, you want to
let me see if I can find like a what's it called?
Article.
Yeah. I was trying to think of like dumb it down. I was gonna look at on ChatGPT.
True.
Just ChatGPT it, bro.
That's what I do for everything.
Yeah, open AI, bro. Pull up the ChatGPT. The AI will get it for you. Stat.
Or you already got it. AP News one right there.
Nah, I was gonna say if you just look up ChatGPT.
All right, let's try this first.
Because sometimes when you look on articles, it'll be like you need to subscribe or some shit. Like, we not subscribing to your article.
This looks old.
Nah, that's old, buddy.
The fuck?
I'm telling you, go to ChatGPT, bro. It's gonna have the most up to date. Yes, sir. Isn't it crazy how we use ChatGPT for like everything?
It's just better.
I use it for a lot of things, man. Protecting the meaning and value of American citizenship was signed January 20th, 2025.
No. Search. There we go. The Supreme Court ruling. That's the one you want to read.
Supreme Court.
The order remains temporarily blocked, though.
Somebody got to read it out loud because the viewers can't see what we're looking at.
Yeah, go ahead, Dawit.
The Supreme Court, June 27th, The Supreme Court, June 27th, 2025, limited the injunctions to their specific plaintiffs, ruling that federal judges cannot issue nationwide injunctions. The order remains temporarily blocked, but enforcement could soon begin in states not covered by existing injunctions as early as 30 days after the ruling.
That didn't say anything.
That didn't really give the
missing context.
I think
you can't become a citizen just by birth, by being born here anymore, unless one of the two parents are born, like, are actual citizens, natural citizens of the United States. That's pretty much it. You know how before 2 people can come here on vacation if they had a kid here?
Yeah, and then go back.
By birth, yeah. Like, if they were born here, they're going to be a citizen. You can't do that no more. One of the 2 parents has to be naturalized. That's the term, right? Naturalized citizen. So.
I don't know. I kind of find it funny that, aren't they complaining about the birth rate in the U.S.?
The birth rate?
Yeah, like how often people are having children and whatnot.
Who's complaining though?
Hold on, I found just for like clip purposes. So for people, because a lot of our viewers are in Addis, so they don't know. Like, birthright citizenship makes anyone born in the United States an American citizen, including children born to mothers in the country illegally. So that's the first thing. So Trump's executive order seeks to deny citizenship to children who are born to people who are living in the U.S. illegally or temporarily. So basically, in our case, if we were born today, basically, we would be, if our parents were illegally here, we wouldn't be considered a citizen. Whereas before we would be considered a citizen.
Okay, that's different than what I heard earlier. Is it?
Yeah, that's different. That's different.
They're illegally here, or if they're here
illegally or temporarily. It's both.
Because temporarily means like a temporary visa.
Nah, Trump's executive order is for illegally or temporarily. But but
what if they have a green card? Because that's not temporary.
Well, that's not listed on. This is kind of a summarization, but you know, we're not like 100% factual here. We're just going based off articles.
Okay.
This is crazy though, if you think about it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a big thing.
Isn't that something that they had in the Constitution or whatever?
No, it's not in the Constitution.
Not the Constitution, but the.
It's sort of just laws that they've passed like over time, like
like forever, right? Like that's kind of what I was thinking.
Maybe as long as I'm alive. I don't know.
No. You're pretty much right. It's the practice goes back to soon after the Civil War when Congress ratified the Constitution's 14th Amendment in part to ensure that Black people, including former slaves, had citizenship.
Yeah, but what does it say about like if you just come here and have a kid? What does that mean?
Like if you come here illegally and you have a kid here.
Yeah.
I think that's part of the thing that Trump was saying is if you do that now, the kid is not a citizen.
Right. So I think what Dawit was saying is, let's say you go back to 1860, right? Constitution exists. If someone came from the Caribbean and had a kid here, are they a citizen? That's the question.
Kid is a citizen, yeah. That's how it always was.
Are you sure? That's the question that we're trying to figure out here.
That's how it always was.
Because I don't know if an executive order can overrule the Constitution. That's what we're
but
trying to understand. But they have
taken
here.
Swings at trying to do that, though.
For sure,
He's taken multiple swings at trying to dismantle certain things in the Constitution, which is a very dangerous game.
Yeah,
I don't think that we would ever... I do think... Part of me thinks it's a little dramatic, but like people have even been like, this would abolish slavery and this, that, and the third. Bro, you're not enslaving Black people in this day. Like, you would have to get the entire militia to buy in to be able to pull that off. Yeah. So...
Well, it said the Supreme Court's ruling was a major victory for the Trump administration in that it limited an individual judge's authority in granting nationwide injunctions. Let's see. The administration hailed the ruling as a monumental check on the powers of individual district court judges, whom Trump supporters have argued want to... What's the word spelled? USURP? Usurp. What does that mean?
It's like if you have like a king or a ruler, you make a ruling that goes against them, basically.
Oh, okay. So, the district court judges whom Trump supporters have argued want to usurp the president's authority with rulings blocking his priorities around immigration and other matters. But it said the Supreme Court did not address the merits of Trump's bid to enforce his birthright citizenship executive order. So, I mean, it looks like they voted in support of this executive order.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I gotta be careful. If you come to America and you're not a citizen and you're having kids, it might get dicey from now on.
I remember videos of them people up in Addis celebrating when Trump got voted. And I sat here and I was
they were happy that Trump got voted.
They don't even know. They have no idea.
Yeah, so essentially the solution to this is if you want your kid, if you're like from another country or considered illegal or have temporary access or whatever to the US and you have a kid, they should be with someone that, if you want the kid to be a citizen, you have to have the kid with a U.S. citizen.
The kids can still become a citizen. It's just gonna
Yeah, but
take
it's gonna
longer.
take a minute.
It's not automatic.
If you want it to be automatic, you have to have a kid with someone that's a
Mhm.
citizen. That's what it seems
on
like.
U.S. soil.
On U.S. soil. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So, damn, that's rough.
crazy.
Yeah,
My-
that's
my
basically it
uncle
on
lucked
that. Huh?
Said my uncle lucked up because he literally had a kid here like a year ago.
Oh shit. Damn. Sheesh. Into some lighter news. Love Island's still going, right? I know you're
Yeah.
still hooked on it.
Hooked is crazy.
No, I'm joking. But there's been a lot of talks around it. Basically, kind of discussing how Love Island, the dating show, is promoting hookup culture. It's promoting degeneracy, cheating, all the kinds of shit that, people are not.
What
too
else are
fond
you
What
of.
gonna
else-
expect from a
From
show
a
like
reality
that?
show, right?
It's not The Bachelor, like the Bachelorette type of show. It's for like young people to fuck around. It's all for views, like clickbait. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't realize how young the people on the show was. Like watching
How
that
old are
show
they?
made me feel old.
How young are they?
Like 23.
Oh damn.
Bro, yeah, dude. I was wild. Like
they look old.
Nah, bro. Some of the new contestants, they had this dude. This dude was funny as hell, but like this dude JD that came on the show, and I swear, like I don't think he understood what the show was about. I think he was just trying to smack on every girl possible because like he just pulled up with like he was this big ass grin on his face the whole show. I wish you could have seen it, but the girl asked him like, "How old are you?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm 23." Blah blah blah. I was like, "Damn, am I old as fuck?" Like,
Damn.
yo.
I didn't know they're that. They look old.
Nah, bro, they're young.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happened when you have a lot of bodies. It actually ages you.
It ages you. So you think they all have bodies like that?
Yeah, they all have
Crazy.
like double digit bodies for sure.
Double digit?
Yeah.
I kind of feel like the younger generation in general, though, they kind of look grown in comparison to us. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
your
yeah.
generation, pretty much.
Yeah. I see it.
Millennials, we look like pretty young.
Y'all
people.
look young as fuck. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is crazy to see.
Nah, but I will say the fans of that show are ruthless, yo. Like if you look at the comments these women drop on like in these videos. So most of the guys on the show are tall as hell. I'm not gonna lie, like 6'2" and up. Like they're all really tall. There's like
What's your type?
There's two or three characters on the show that are like average height. I would say like around 5'8", something like that, right? There's one dude. This guy his name's Ace. I think he's maybe 5'7", 5'6". But he's been like kind of the mastermind on the show. That's been the vibe. It seems like he's kind of plotting and stuff, or at least they portray him that way. With the comments these girls leave, they'll be like, "Here goes Alvin and the Chipmunks." Like, shut up. They
Alvin and the Chipmunks is
ruthless,
crazy.
yo. They are ruthless.
Nah, they caught him lacking. He was like sitting down and his feet were dangling. They
Oh,
got him
yeah.
lacking, bro.
Yo,
You
and then-
can't. Yeah.
There was one episode where they had Meg Thee Stallion come, right? So there
I
was
never
a
feel
twerk off.
comfortable sitting at a bar, bro. Like I feel like
It was a couch.
the bar
Nah,
stools
it
that
was-
have the
nah,
ring
it
at the
was a
bottom,
couch,
and you
Dawit.
hook your feet on it.
It was
I'm
a
sorry,
couch.
what?
It was a couch.
His feet weren't touching the ground.
Yeah.
It's a long
Bad.
couch to be
They
fair.
did him
but
dirty.
still.
Yeah, they did him dirty.
And all the other guys have their feet on the ground.
They did him dirty, man.
Oh, that's funny as shit, though.
Yo, but no, there was
I
one.
gotta see that clip.
Oh
There was
my
one
God,
episode-
somebody must have been over there like,
There was one episode where they had him dancing because there was a dance competition. So the girls were supposed to twerk, and technically the guys were too, which was kind of weird premise, anyways. But the guys were just doing other dance moves, and they showed Ace doing his shit, and they said he looked like one of those little peanut things from the Proud Family show.
the ones
He
with
was
the like
the
back
one-
head.
He was
Oh,
hitting this
nah.
shit, yo.
Oh man.
Nah, that's
They-
wild.
Bro, these women are ruthless.
Oh yeah.
Honestly,
that's funny as
I
shit.
was like, this is too much.
Damn. Is he getting a lot of hate from separate from his height? Or he's been doing good on the show?
Well, they've been hating on him. I think it seems like they're alleging that that he's like plotting against a lot of the characters, like some of the people who maybe he feels like are a threat.
Okay.
Like he'll kind of conspire with the guys to vote them out. I don't know if that's true though. It might just come off that way. The other thing is they said that the girl that he's locked in with on the show, people are saying that he might be have planned it, like they knew each other before the show, and then came on the show plotting the whole time to win the money.
Oh shit!
But
damn.
all this is alleged.
I'm not gonna lie, that's fire.
All this is alleged.
If he pulls that off, I gotta give it to him.
And they've stayed. They haven't got voted out yet. He almost got voted out once too. He was up on the block and they were about to vote him out, and then he got saved and he was like, let's go.
Dang. Nah, I kind of hope he wins. Like, shout out to all the short kings, man.
You know what though? You might have seen one of his videos before though on Instagram. You ever see the dude who does these he'll do calls with like these people in other countries, like these like Arab nations or something, and he'll be teaching them like dances to like 50 Cent music or stuff. That's him.
Oh shit.
Oh god, that's him, bro.
Okay. I fuck with
his
him.
Content's funny.
He's hilarious.
I know who you're talking
He'll
about.
be like, come on guys, and then they're like
dance
he's instructions.
Funny as shit, bro.
That's him, bro.
Nah, I hope he wins.
I didn't know that.
I hope he wins.
He is funny as hell.
Shout out to bro. But yeah, like is there in any way can there be a dating show that's actually productive? Like
no.
It won't be entertaining.
No,
if it's productive, right?
No.
That's sad.
Love on the Spectrum.
That's it though. Other than that, there's no other like.
I feel like there's a couple of seasons of like The Bachelor or Bachelorette where it was kind of genuine, and some of them actually ended up finding love. But a lot of that shit is Hollywood and fake too.
I was gonna say I thought one of the Bachelors was gay. You ever see that?
What?
Yeah, he came
maybe.
out years later said he was gay.
Oh, he was faking, and he had women on the show.
I guess he was faking, or maybe he didn't know yet.
Maybe he didn't know
I
yet.
met one of the Bachelorettes once when I was out in Dallas.
Oh, for real?
But I was straight smacking, bro.
Yeah.
And then like I saw the fat ass rock on her finger, and I was like, oh, okay, well. And then I kind of like disengaged. I didn't really say anything like overly like aggressive or nothing, right? Where I was like, I was shooting my shot, but I was like very like, I kept it very friendly, whatever. I walked away, and I remembered I was talking to somebody, like one of my homegirls. And I was like, damn, I was trying to holler at that girl. I saw she had a fat ass ring on her. She was like, you were talking to her? And I was like, yeah, so like the fuck, I'll just shoot at whoever.
Oh man, that's funny.
Little did I know that was. She told me that's who she was.
It's always better that way, because if they told you before, you would.
I probably wouldn't have even bothered, honestly. Because like,
yeah.
Damn, why was she entertaining it, yo? That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. No, that's fire. That's cheating, fire. Shout out to all the married women out there that are willing to have conversations. We like that, man. Right?
Nope. Not co-signing that.
In other news, Jeff Bezos had a insane 3-day wedding event in Venice, Italy. Apparently, he rented the whole city.
That's
So it was a $50 million event. And there were people like who stay in Venice. They were protesting like outside of his wedding event.
There's no reason anyone should have that much money, bro. To this day.
But I kind of understand, like, all right, if you're hundreds of billions up, right? And the person you want to marry is like, hey, I want to get married in Venice. Yeah. Be like, all right, let's rent the city.
Nah, but for real though,
rent the city, kicking people.
But for real though, like the amount of money we make, your girl will already expect so much from a wedding. Imagine if you had $100 billion.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Yeah, it's a wrap.
She wants you to rent. She said, "Yo, matter of fact, rent the Caribbean."
Exactly. You gotta do it.
All the islands.
You have to do it, bro. Like, I can't be mad at him for that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, another thing is, like, I wanted to ask, if you were that many billions up, like, would you still feel the need to get married?
Yeah, I mean, I'd prefer to. Mm-hmm. I also wouldn't, be basically setting money on fire, renting out a city. I think I'd be a much better philanthropist than most of these people. But
I got too much family that would look at me like, "Who the fuck do you think you are?"
right.
Like, people starving back
like,
home.
mind you, this is a white person wedding, and you're a billionaire. There's probably more people that don't like you than people that do. Do you need that much space for your wedding?
Yeah.
How many people do you think are actually there?
You could have gave 50 people in your family $1 million, and that would have completely changed their lives.
Yeah.
But instead, you rented out Italy.
Yeah, and then like 50 million is nothing.
Is Italy even that fucking like? Let me shut up.
Nah, bro.
Wait, that's like that's top destination.
Yeah, that's like
it's up there. The destinations.
To drop 50 M's. I'm not saying it's not a great place to go, but there's nowhere else better.
I think it's one of those places.
Like she had the whole world to pick from.
Yeah.
Think about that. How
But like he can't rent out Paris though, or something. You know what I mean? Like
why not?
If you can rent out Venice, I
Like,
feel
if you
like
got enough
can-
money, you can do
but
anything.
Too big of a
Paris is
city.
like I think it's the top
Too populated.
tourist like destination.
Okay, fair.
They're not gonna let
that's
you
a
do
little,
that in
That's a
Paris,
little
bro.
different.
Yeah.
But still, it's all crazy.
You could have
The
bought
fact
a
that you
small
have people
country.
protesting.
Hold on. Didn't that is crazy.
What does that do to the people who live there?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean I can't come out of my house?
They got
Yeah, I guess it's
Yeah, they probably shut certain businesses
Say
down,
certain
closed off
roads.
roads, and
say,
all
yo,
that.
kick rocks.
Yeah.
I'm getting married.
Yeah, I mean, like, didn't he have a failed marriage? Like,
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
or something? Or was it
Failed.
divorce?
Wait, with who?
He got
Bro,
divorced.
He
the
did,
last
he did,
the
he
last wife that he was with like came up
She
a
came
Billy
up,
off
right?
of it.
Yeah.
The white girl.
Something, right?
I mean, I guess you could call it failed.
I guess it's not
They were
failed,
married for a long time.
But they were married for a long time and then they
She
fell
came
out of
up.
love. Yeah, she came
But
up.
to be fair, she was with him from like nothing
Nothing, yeah,
to hundreds of billions.
yeah.
Any marriage that didn't is considered a failed marriage, right?
I
If you
guess
didn't stay.
technically, yeah.
I-
Yeah,
that's
as
what-
long as you
that's
have a
what I
divorce,
agree.
it's a failed marriage.
yeah, I guess that, yeah.
And I was just gonna say, like, was it a quick turnaround? When was that?
That divorce was a couple years ago.
It was a couple
I
years
wanna
ago.
say.
Okay.
It's been a
So
little
she-
So, what were you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna ask. She was with him like when he was.
You might.
She was with him when he was broke as he built his empire,
Yeah.
and then she split at the peak of his.
Yeah,
Like when
this is-
Amazon was.
I feel
So
like
he
it
was probably like.
I feel like
At
he
that
was
point.
gone. It probably was. It hurt him, but like the money aspect wasn't.
It's
an
easy
issue
for him to be distracted.
She
Probably.
was just doubling up on her blackjack bet.
yeah.
hit me,
Double it.
hit me,
Double it.
It's stupid, bro.
Double it. And then she's like, you know what?
Um,
I think this is good.
yeah.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Jeff Bezos. At least he found love again, I guess. We'll see how long this lasts. Let's see. Oh, Jamar. There's a clip of Jamar Chase curving the fuck out of some random girl. Or maybe he knew her, maybe he didn't.
No, he definitely.
He didn't curve the fuck out of her. He curved her, but
He
you
didn't
see
pay
it?
her any mind.
I saw the clip. Yeah.
He just didn't pay her any mind.
He gave her a hug though. From what I saw, it was just a slight one.
But he didn't
Yeah.
even look at her.
He didn't match her energy.
At
It wasn't
all.
like.
I think it was the look she gave him after
Yeah,
he walked
yeah.
away.
That's
I
what
was
made
like,
it so
damn.
like she was just like, wait, you don't know me?
You want me to pull up the clip?
I think
Yeah.
you should, so Sam
Yeah.
can see it because that shit was hilarious.
I think because she, in her eyes, is like she's aware that the cameras are pointing at her right now, and that Jamar is coming this way. So in her mind, the fact that came off that way, she's probably like
yo, that shit.
she knows everyone saw that.
Oh, first of all, that looks crazy.
Yeah, that search history. That's wild. There we go. First
There it
one.
is,
But see, that's not that crazy.
It's not that crazy.
Nah,
it's just
that's
funny
hilarious,
The fact
though.
that
He
it's the way that
addressed
she
her.
looked back,
Bro.
was what made it look a lot
And then
worse.
all the paparazzi just right there, and he walked. Yo, nah, she's hurt.
And he
bro.
spoke to her too, though. At least
Yeah, he addressed her, but he ain't even look at her.
It was just that look that she gave him after, like, what the hell? See,
Yo, that
She
is
looked him
funny
up
as
and
shit.
down.
She made it worse.
she made it worse.
She actually did make it worse.
Because nobody would have thought anything.
But he better than me.
They
though.
blew it out of proportion by saying that she shot her shot, but
Yeah, she made it worse.
Nah, that was a shot
Yeah.
for sure. What do you mean?
I mean, see, this goes
That's
back
not
to our
shooting you.
conversation
That's not
before.
shooting.
She just gave a
She
hug.
That's
just
not
gave him a
shooting.
hug. She got ignored, kind of. That's it. That's not shooting your shot.
Is that
See
even
totally
ignored?
different.
No, Yoni, we have to set the fucking tone here.
She's not. That
Because
is not a shot.
That is not a shot. Looking me in the eyes is
So,
not shooting your shot.
Nah,
Like,
y'all are
we're not doing
because
that.
a lot of women aren't just gonna say, "Hey, I think you're cool. Hey, I think you're fine." Like, what's up?
Yeah.
A lot of them, you got to
we're-
go off the eye contact.
Okay, we're not enabling here. We don't do that.
Bro, that ain't
I'm
no
just
shot.
saying, y'all. It's how it is, man. And she was just like out there, like in the middle of the road. He didn't even look at her in the eye,
this?
bro.
That part is hilarious.
You
He
have
didn't
to
even turn his-
dissect this more. I'm
You see what
telling
I'm
you,
saying?
there is a science to this.
Nah, he looked at her right before he gave her the hug.
Yeah,
But he was going out of his way to keep his
But
face
he said, "What's up,
locked on
love?"
the car.
Though he said,
bro.
"What's up, love?"
Yeah.
And he put his arm around her.
Man,
For
this
a
is
second.
some G shit. Y'all just not clocking it. Y'all
I
not
mean, I
clocking
do
it.
think that the people who saw
He
can
said, "Fuck
we
out my face."
stop this, please?
And also, she's fine as hell. Like he's better than me. I would have walked right back.
yeah, but the thing is, you have to understand Jamar Chase. Like that.
Oh,
you think
It's
that's
levels.
like she's just outside. Like, there's probably hundreds.
Diamond
of
a
women
dozen.
Nigga, he got a
within
bus
inside.
full of them.
So why would he? Why would he stop?
Understood,
Yeah, when you're making
understood.
36 M's a year,
Oh, I
this
think
is
it's more
just a
than
dime
that.
and a dozen. No, I mean that's just his NFL contract. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like, and that's a crazy title. But why do people hate so hard? Yo?
No, I think they did blow
But
it out of proportion. though.
I think she made it worse by making that face.
Yeah, because if
nobody
she
would've
just
cared.
kept walking, they would have been
Cursed
like,
BBL woman.
Yeah, nobody would have cared if.
yeah, if she just walked away without doing that, then like they would have just been like, oh.
And what if she's the joint that's like at that club all the time and she's always known for messing with all the celebs and she's popping up and he's like, this joint, man. Like everybody
Might be,
knows
yeah.
she's just the skis
Yeah,
always there. Like,
He said,
Might
"What's
be
up?"
you know
one
what
of
I mean,
them.
though.
Might be one of the
Yeah.
stragglers.
Yeah, but it's not like he ignored her. He said, "What's up, love? How you doing?" Side
Yeah.
hug. I got
They blew
somewhere
this,
to be.
They blew this out of proportion for sure. This is when she said what she responded.
oh, this is
with.
her. She looks
Yeah,
a lot
that's,
better than
that's
I
her
thought.
responding.
Okay, so
I'm
she wants
telling you,
attention.
bro.
She looks a lot better than I thought she did.
One time and one time only. The comment warriors, y'all need to stop commenting on a situation that you don't know about. Because at the end of the day, I very well do know Jamar, Chase, I do. He's taking me and my homegirls out.
Oh no, it's a mistake.
I have had no relations with him, so please stop, like, creating a narrative.
No one was saying that either.
For 20 seconds. It's very weird.
No one's saying sexual relations. It's the complete opposite. Saying you got curved.
That means they did have sexual relations.
That is not always.
I know. I'm fucking.
Some of your friend on the street in a place that you're not from. He was like, "Hey, friend."
For the type of women that he could get, she's whatever.
That's with anybody,
You know what I'm saying?
okay?
For sure.
And how you greet someone you know is you hug them. So that situation was taken completely out of context. Like the way he handled it.
She's super
I don't know the best in the moment, but y'all don't
made
know
up.
what he had going on. He could have been in a rush. He could have had other things going on. You don't know.
Yeah, but why'd you look back like that?
Turn things into something it's not. There's bigger things that everybody should be focused on besides me hugging someone I know. So y'all need to mind the business that pays y'all, which probably isn't a lot. It's invested.
See, she just wanted attention. She just wanted her age bait. That's all.
Hey man.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't blame her. The whole world came for her. She got to see
yeah.
something.
Yeah, no. What's wild is like when they start jumping into the body shaming and shit. Because like, what are we doing here, bro?
Body shame.
Wait, what body?
She said she mentioned it.
What?
She mentioned it. Like she said that a bunch of the comments were body shaming her and shit.
Oh, I mean, she is a BBL warrior, but we support
BBL
that.
Bandit?
We support the BBL bandits. Like
That's okay.
the people that hate on that, you know, that's a different story.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
I don't think everybody gets fried.
Yeah.
I hate that term body shit.
If
That's
you
like,
go,
Yeah,
you could use that in any way you want. It's like,
yeah, but we don't know exactly what these comments were. So if she's saying body shaming, then it probably is
Saying it could be something else.
a variety of different comments,
True.
including or
she's just
not.
getting cooked up, grilled up.
Yeah.
a lot of like shorties, like they're probably not used to that. So
Yeah.
you know, she finally got humbled for once. It's different. It's a
like
different
it's
feeling.
like all the crazy comments for the short dude on what's his.
yeah.
You can look at that as body
Alvin
shaming.
and the
that
right?
is definitely
100%.
because that's
Yeah.
something you
Like,
can't
they're-
control.
I'm pretty sure it
You
was way
cannot
harsher
control your
those
height.
jokes than probably whatever they said to her. She
Yeah.
looked like she got a BBL. It's not like people
Yeah.
saying
No, she
No,
did.
I know. I'm just saying we don't know what the comments were. That was my point.
This topic I wanted to bring up because I guess it kind of has to deal with the Love Island. Not doesn't have to deal with Love Island, but the whole like hookup culture, all that. Everybody here is pretty much in relationships already, but I wanted to ask: is the talking stage really necessary?
No, I really don't like calling it that. Like we're dating. Maybe we're not fully
everybody,
committed,
that's-
but we're dating. This talking stage shit. What are we, like 13?
That's what I see a lot. It's like
If
it's
you go
either-
on 2 dates with me, we're dating.
what if
We
you're
went
There's
on
a lot
a
of
date.
people that don't
We
agree
went
with
on
that.
another date. We plan on going on another date. That is dating. Like that is literally just the English language. Like
See,
we're
but-
dating.
A lot of people say that we're not dating until you ask me to be your girlfriend or you ask me to.
But it's all about the way that you describe it. I mean, like just by definition. Me personally, by definition, if I go on a date with you, we dated. If I go on 2 dates with you, we dated. If we're going on, we went on 2. We got a third one planned. We are actively going on dates. Grammatically, we are dating. It just doesn't make sense to be like, oh, we're talking. Bro, if I swipe my card for us to go to dinner, we're dating. Like, what are we talking about? Like, it's that simple. Like, talking is like the only thing we did was talk on the phone.
Yeah,
like if you come and spend time,
you know what
with
it
me
is
exclusively.
That's what I think the difference is. Talking. When you say we're talking, that means you're not dating yet. You're talking to other people still.
No,
that's
just that's just not
different.
Committed.
Yeah, that's different.
You're not in a committed. You can be dating without being committed.
See, then you're just contradicting yourself.
No, I'm not.
No. He's talking about what you're calling it.
So when you say we're dating, that you're dating one person,
it doesn't necessarily mean exclusive. We're like, or it doesn't mean that we're a committed relationship. It just means you're just dating.
Okay, so what do you?
What does it mean? Dating multiple people.
So when someone says we're talking, what does that mean to you?
Nothing. It means exactly
really.
Like if I'm talking to my cousin or I'm talking to this girl I'm not related to, guess what? We're all talking. That's what we're doing. We're chatting with each other. Listen, we're talking. Shut up. Like you're dating, bro. Like,
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because for what?
I don't see it like
I think
that.
we're watering these things down with too many terms because people have so many insecurities from previous experiences and whatnot. Bro, it's okay. You were dating and then it just didn't work. Move on. Find somebody else. One of the greatest things about God is he made millions of women, bro. And the same thing vice versa, I guess, from a woman's perspective. Just move on to the next one, bro. Like you don't have to like feel like, oh, I took an L because like it's
to be fair, that talking stage, like the lingo of that is relatively newer. Yeah. Like in the grand scheme of like, you know, things. Like when I was 15, 16, like nobody said we're talking. Like that wasn't like a term. That wasn't like a thing. So I guess that's where Dawit's coming from.
Like, I don't know. I think we're just watering it down with too much bullshit. We're talking. Oh, I used to talk to. Yeah, used to
talking. Like, I guess talking would. Yeah, I would coin that as like, yeah, you're just like maybe you're DMing back and forth or like texting, calling, whatever. Yeah, and like, imagine that's one thing. But if we're going out together, like you and me, and we're going to places and doing things and activities together. Yeah, I don't know if I call it talking.
Yeah, and imagine like how goofy does it sound if
why am I paying for us to talk?
Like, what if you end up cool with this person too, right? Yeah, we used to talk, but we're friends now. So are y'all friends and you just don't speak to each other? What does that fucking mean?
Yo, this shit is triggering this nigga.
It's so stupid. I hear it everywhere. That's why it annoys me. It doesn't really pertain to me.
Yeah.
Not just because I'm in a relationship, but because that's just the way that I perceive it all.
Yeah, but you're still aware of like things that are happening.
Yeah, like I just hear. I used to talk to this.
Yeah.
But I understand what they mean when they say that. Like,
I understand what they mean too. I just think it's silly.
Yeah.
It's like you didn't get to the point. You didn't get to the dating stage. Yeah. You were in the talking stage, and then it just didn't work out.
True.
Once you put on pants and go on a date, you dated. I don't want to hear nothing. If you left your house to go spend time with someone, spend money with someone,
but you can go on dates with multiple people.
Yes, that's what he said.
You're dating multiple people.
Yeah, but for you to be like me and but that doesn't mean you and that specific person are dating.
That means you're talking.
So it sounds like you were afraid to put the label of dating on something.
That's how I always viewed it. I think that's how my understanding of it.
He's afraid to put that label, saying like we're dating.
That was even my point too. Like I think we're putting too much weight on the word dating
because it means more to you. Is what you're saying?
Oh yes,
talking sounds like less commitment and lighter. Yeah. Dating sounds like, all right, I gotta take this a little more seriously. Like,
yes,
I just don't think the word dating should mean anything exclusive. It doesn't have to.
That's where the disconnect is.
Yeah, I don't think that you can, bro. Like you can date multiple people.
So can you go on dates with different people? I'm asking you this.
Can you go on dates with different people?
You have girl A, girl B, girl C. Can you take girl A out on a date one week and B on a date the next week? Two different girls.
Yeah, if you're not exclusively dating anyone.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
It comes full circle.
People, then
that does not mean you're dating two.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
That means you're talking like you're like I don't understand y'all's point.
I feel Yoni though. I'm not gonna lie. I do think there's a difference between the talking stage and dating. I think they're two different things.
When do you say you're dating?
Dating is more exclusive.
When you're dating, I don't
opinion.
say I'm dating someone until like I say like, yo, I really want you to be my girlfriend. Like I want to date you.
Yeah, but again, that's all about the lingo. That's why I think
for me, it's like almost synonymous with like you're my girlfriend.
Wait,
if I tell it's like almost the same thing like me saying like that's my girlfriend. If I tell somebody we're dating,
exactly,
not saying that I'm out dating people. Like if we're talking about in the context of me and her, what we're doing together. If I say we're dating, then I look at it as like I'm saying that's my girlfriend. Mm-hmm. We're in a boyfriend girlfriend type of thing.
I mean, but that kind of like roots from what I'm saying is the problem in the first place. The fact that we even introduced the words of we're talking into the whole thing.
No, but that's the point I'm trying to make too. I do believe a talking stage is a real thing, and I think it's different than dating.
It is.
They're two different things. You could be talking to somebody that you didn't date. So it can die at the talking stage,
right? So basically, you're saying you could go on dates with a person, but
just because
but not be dating them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You play basketball.
That's what pisses Dawit off.
Yeah.
That's what pisses, because he's like, grammatically, we went on dates. We dated.
Like, technically, that is true. That is literally
It's not technically true. It's the English language.
There's some girls in the past where I've talked to for like a couple months before we've actually gone our first date.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
And that first 2 months, we're in the talking stage. Like we haven't even gone on a date
dating
yet.
until like
you
got ready.
Yeah.
Got out the house.
Yeah. Talking to me just means like you're just looking at each other with a more like intimate eye. Like you're getting to know each other more, but on a more intimate level.
And then when I go if I go on a date with someone, I'll say we went out on a date. I'm not gonna say we're dating. That sounds insane.
You said sounds insane.
Dawit's out here claiming what did I say? So many girls.
You said when we go on a date, we're dating.
Remember what I said earlier, right?
Dawit, come on.
But listen, when you say it that way, that implies that once y'all stop, that's your ex now, right? Pretty much.
No.
We dated.
What's an ex?
We dated.
That wasn't your girlfriend, though.
Oh, see, for me,
we dated.
If we were dating, you were my girlfriend.
Hold on, what?
Hold on. Future tense. We're going on a date.
He's cooking.
Oh shit!
Went on a date yesterday. We went on a date.
So we dated.
Oh yeah, we used to date. Oh, Dad, that was your girl? No.
Or imagine, hell no. I went on that date with her. Didn't want
we used to date. For real, when'd y'all break up? We're never together.
What you mean?
Y'all are crazy.
Yeah.
That's like shit you see on Seinfeld.
I don't necessarily use that terminology when I'm speaking to other people.
Nah, I see what you're saying too. And all of it is bullshit for real. It's all bullshit.
Because I think we just tied the exclusiveness to dating. Yeah. That's the issue that I genuinely have with it. It doesn't have to be exclusive. You went. I'd be damned if I went on 6 dates and I'm like, I talked to her. What does that mean?
No, that's your fault at that point, nigga.
No, I mean
after the third day, you gotta be like, yo, what's going on here?
Right.
No, I mean, I get it. I mean, I just picked a number, but like I'm saying, like, because usually I usually don't even go past 2 before before that like fork in the road shows up.
Funny as shit though.
That was good. We got him riled up.
We did.
I just hate it though.
Nah, I hate it too though. Because all of it is bullshit. It's like either we're really tapped in with each other and we're like fully invested, trying to see where this goes, or we're not. Yeah. And the talking stage sometimes, that talking thing, and I agree with Sam. Like this is something that came up. I feel like in millennials, I think invented this shit.
Yeah.
It never existed, I think, a long time ago. But it's toxic because a lot of people will remain in this talking stage. And since we all have different definitions, the girl has one definition of what's going on, and the nigga has a completely different definition.
Exactly.
For sure.
And then it just ends up fucking...
I used to even,
a mess.
If I'm speaking more in like this tighter environment, like with you guys, right? Let's say that, I'm like, oh yeah, I used to have a thing with her or whatever. That would be something I'd use for something.
I wouldn't say I talked to her.
I wouldn't say I talked to her. I literally won't say it.
Because you used to date her? I mean, we dated a little bit. You sure? Yeah. I mean, actually... We only had it was just a thing. It's just funny. All this shit is hilarious.
Yeah.
I talk to everyone in this room. You know what I mean? Like, it just I'm just saying, like, I just hate that phrase.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
We used to have a thing. We used to have a fling.
Fling.
Fling, I never.
We were
used.
talking.
Fling used to really be a thing,
Like
right?
summer
Like that used to
fling.
be the word for it.
People used to be going.
Oh,
have
we used to have
summer
a
No,
fling.
now it's toxic. Now there's sneaky links. There's what else?
Sneaky link sounds disgusting.
You
if
see
you
how
really
many-
think about it. If you really think about it,
Yeah.
Right.
that's like some shit you hit up at night, like at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Like that just sounds grimy. Yo.
Yeah, that's some shit. Like that's some shit you're ashamed of.
Sneaky link.
You don't want no one to know about.
Yo.
That's my sneaky.
Isn't that
link.
what a sneaky link is supposed to be?
Literally,
Like,
it
You
is.
don't want anybody.
No,
to
you
know.
don't. Yeah.
that's what. Yeah, it's a
Sneaky
sneaky
link.
link. Like no one can know.
Sounds like speakeasy almost.
Yeah.
And they blur those that word too. It's really sometimes they don't care if people know. They just call it a sneaky link because they're nothing
Yeah.
committed.
Oh yeah.
That's why I'm saying like all these terminologies. It's got to stop somewhere.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
like,
It'll never end.
how is it your sneaky link? And you're like, oh, is that Jim? Yeah, that's my sneaky link. You're like, damn, girl, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's
You're
not.
sneaky.
It's not very sneaky at all, brother. Like,
Oh, man. Yeah, the terminology is getting out of hand for sure.
Yeah.
How would you feel? Wait, I'm reading this wrong. Yeah, how would you feel if your girl says that she's still cool with all of her exes? Is that a healthy thing?
What do you mean when you say cool?
That's
Whatever you
that's
want
what
it
we
it
gotta-
shouldn't be anything further than.
I could
like,
never ask a general question.
Nah,
It shouldn't be
'cause there's
anything further
levels.
than like you see them in like you just happen to come across each other in
Yeah.
public. You say hello,
You don't have to be.
and then
fight.
you.
don't have to be
That's the
beefing,
cool.
yeah.
That level of cool
Yeah,
would
you don't
never
have to
bother
be,
me
you don't have
nothing.
to be beefing.
But you shouldn't be communicating with each other.
I like how he
Yo.
made that transition.
Nah, now
like,
he hit
let me
the-
lock in.
Now he's like, no, but you shouldn't be.
yeah. Let
Like,
him
what do you mean he texted you? Number one, what do you mean he texted you? Number two, why are you telling me?
Why'd you respond?
Number three, did you block him? Like, what are we doing here?
Get at him. Get at
Like,
him.
what?
Yo.
No, I don't want to hear that
That's
shit.
facts though.
Yeah. I would say it depends how much, like,
How cool they are.
yeah, because anything more than, like, why, if you're having conversations, that's a big, like, fuck no.
No.
Okay.
You know, if there's a constant back and forth, like, you're constantly talking.
That's disrespectful.
And there's a,
Yeah.
I think there's a slight context that needs to be in there, right? Like, was it like they were together for a minute, or was it like they went on a couple dates?
Yeah.
They were talking.
Were they talking? Or were,
Like, you know, that
both-
context matters a little
You
bit, right?
think one is better than the other? I think it's both.
I think
equally.
they're all
Nah,
worse.
I think if it was somebody you were with for 4 years is a big difference
Anyone-
than somebody that you might have like
It's a big difference.
talked to for a couple
But
of
it's-
weeks.
I see what
I
you're
know
Because
saying.
I think that can dissolve.
If you only talk for a
know?
couple weeks, and y'all, I don't know. That's weirder. Because for me, it will feel like it's
I
more
shouldn't
sexual
even know.
or physical. If it's somebody you've been with for 4 or 5 years, to some degree, y'all have an actual bond. Y'all might actually fuck with each other. You get what I mean, right?
Yeah.
It's like you have love for that person, but you're not in love with that person type thing.
Yes.
You have- you start-
Agreed.
Yeah, you know their whole family. Like you guys have mutuals. Like you want to see them
Right.
do good.
Like,
in life,
your moms
but-
are
Yeah.
probably still friends. Like,
Yeah, like
Yeah.
type shit. I hear what
I
you're
understand
saying,
that.
but it would all piss me off. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
if-
That's the point I'm trying to make. I
Yeah.
think they're both equally as bad.
yeah, like if you just shouldn't be.
Yeah.
y'all shouldn't be homies. Like
Yeah.
constantly hitting each other up or whatever. Like,
Nah.
because
constantly
if I
hitting
see
each
your
other
phone buzz and I'm like, who's that? And you're like, my ex.
Ooh.
Whoa, we're fighting.
Yeah.
Like that Mr. Krabs.
Well, no,
meme.
it's one thing that he
You know
said
what
something to
Mr.
you.
Krabs like?
There just shouldn't be an interaction. That's
Yeah,
the,
yeah, yeah,
the issue is an interaction. I mean, you can't control
Someone
a
text.
text message,
Yeah,
and
Yeah,
kinda,
for sure.
Yeah.
especially if, you know, maybe he doesn't know that you're dating me by now because you haven't spoken to him, right? So,
Yeah.
like, you know, I'm not
Post
gonna.
me.
That too. Yeah.
On your story right now.
Now say he does know, and he's still tapping in.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, this nigga's disrespectful.
Yeah.
Matter of fact,
No, now me and him have a problem.
Yes. Yeah.
That's different. Now me and him have a problem.
yeah. That's when you take her phone and leave him a voice note. Hey, yo, she busy.
Hey, big bro, it's
we
over,
busy.
big bro.
Hey, babe, let this go. We busy.
Yeah. Gotta leave the
That's hilarious.
voicemail.
She's in the shower.
Gotta leave the voicemail, man. Let him know.
Can I take a message?
Yeah.
I'll tell her when she gets out. Like, what do you?
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta do it. Like if
FaceTime her.
she's showing you the DMs, whatever, just leave a little voice note. Like, hey, man.
Nah, I would
It's a
never. Do
wrap.
that.
I would never do that because, like,
Y'all
that
aren't
makes
fun. Y'all are boring.
Now you're the
no.
villain.
That means that he got to me. Like, what,
Yeah.
bro? Like, this is my
Nah,
Shit,
see, I
man,
like
fuck
to
outta
play
here.
around.
Yeah.
Let me leave that voice. I'll leave a voicemail with someone I'm talking to.
Wait, what?
Hmm?
wait, what?
With
Say
someone I'm talking to, if she showed me like the DMs and shit.
Oh,
Be
Oh,
like,
you
hey,
one
big
of
bro.
those?
Hey, big bro.
What's up, boss?
Yeah. Just for the entertainment, bro. It's funny as shit, but I understand what y'all mean. It's like if the relationship was hella long and there's a bigger connection there compared
I'd be more
to
bothered by that though. That's the thing. The longer
but there's a
relationship,
bigger connection. There's actual connection there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'd be more bothered by the long term one than like some guy that he talked to.
Nah,
for
I'd
like
be
2
more
weeks. That don't
bothered
mean
by
nothing
the
to
other
me.
way.
Huh?
I'd be more bothered by the one where they just talk for a little bit, but
That's
they
just
still
weird.
talk.
That's just weird.
Crazy.
That's just, yeah, for me, to me, that would just be like, it's purely physical. Like, you just, like, it's just a few weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I think. Let me throw this out there because I feel like this is the only scenario where I just kind of didn't care, and I'm not talking about my current shit. There was like a circle of friends connection through that, so it's not like this one person just didn't know anybody else other than like the girl that I was seeing. Like they were cool with the group too.
Yeah, yeah.
So that maybe that's why that's the factor I'm forgetting to leave in.
Yeah.
Because outside of that, yeah, like low-key, if you don't have any other connections, like, bro, go make friends.
Yeah.
You fucking loser.
Yeah. Type shit.
Yeah, I think that's the factor I forgot to add in. My bad.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm right there with. Regardless, like, if y'all had an intimate thing, there's no reason that you don't have to have this person part of your life.
Yeah,
Speaking of intimacy, would y'all ever do role play with your girl?
yeah, for sure.
What's like your wait?
I mean, it's kind of
Mike,
weird right now
Mike.
because my girl's right here. So maybe you guys can share.
Oh, you don't feel comfortable?
I think
sharing?
it's weird no
I
matter
just don't
what.
feel
Like,
comfortable sharing this with y'all while my girl's here.
I'm
y'all just sitting here
True,
looking at her.
Yeah. That's true. I was kind of waiting for the answer too. See, my bad. You know, I gotta ask these questions, man. I'm
No, I know.
interested.
Like,
No, you
there's
guys.
entirely too many questions about us in the bedroom for this pod, bro.
Yeah,
like,
Yeah, because
how
this
much
nigga's
more do
taking
you
notes.
need to know?
This nigga has a notebook somewhere with
Yeah.
everything that we said.
He's probably like
Freak book.
Yeah.
You have to be careful with the Christmas presents this nigga hands out. Hey,
Don't let him say it.
this side forward, bro. Like, what do you mean?
That's crazy. No. A lot of this stuff, like, we can't be afraid to talk about, as
I know, that's
a
fair.
collective. So
I would. I mean, like,
what's
what's
an example? Like, what's something that you'd be down to do?
You want me to give you?
Why
an
don't you
example
go?
of
Why don't you
role
go
play?
first today, Yoni?
Yeah, actually,
What do you?
because
And then we'll start from you and go
asking
around.
us. Go ahead.
So definitely the pizza delivery and then the customer. I would definitely.
You only gonna have his dick in a pizza box.
Nigga cut a hole.
Yo, y'all are bugging. That shit is fire.
Yoni's gonna be like, damn. I mean,
We can figure something out.
like,
I'm sure there's
is
something.
anybody home? Like, I can help you look. Like,
Yeah, I think that shit's fire. I'd have the whole delivery outfit.
You only gonna be like, yo, you order the meat lovers.
That's crazy. That's funny.
She ain't never gonna have a regular Christmas with this guy. Let me guess.
She gonna put the lid right back on.
Oh, go on. Nah. I'll get some good Christmas presents. So pizza delivery, and then football player, cheerleader, teacher, student. Teacher, student's probably top two.
I feel like every man, right? That's like in your arsenal of
Teacher, student,
or
or
just
just
fantasies or
yeah,
role play.
yeah. Because as like younger, when
We've
were
all had
younger,
at least one hot
you
teacher.
You had
growing
one
up.
teacher that you
Yeah.
liked, so definitely that for sure. So yeah, I mean, I think it's good to spice shit up like that. Any specifics y'all are interested in?
Nah, I feel like y'all hit them.
Oh, those are the top three.
I feel like for most people it is, yeah.
I'm trying to think of another one that we're leaving off.
Probably like doctor, patient, whatever.
Doctor,
Good one.
patient,
Yeah,
up
good
there
one.
for
Famous
sure.
one.
Yeah.
That's a famous one right there.
And the cop.
The cop.
Fire.
The cop and
cop and
prisoner.
prisoner.
But like,
That's
are
really-
you like buying the fits for this? Or
Yeah,
you
right?
just-
Nigga, you have to have the
Mhm.
fits.
so like you're just gonna walk around the house in an orange.
You gotta go
jumpsuit?
to that Halloween store or something. Just
Yeah.
buy all these.
yeah.
Yeah, no, why not?
You
Like,
gotta
I mean,
kind
You
of
gotta
like,
get in character. It's not just about
Yeah.
wearing the thing.
yeah.
The shit. You gotta
Get in
like,
character.
you know.
yeah.
But I don't think I could do any of it without laughing. There's not a single role play that because like I don't think I can ever be serious.
You hear this, man?
Huh? Khaleesi.
What is that?
This nigga said
You haven't seen Game of Thrones, so you gotta.
Yeah.
It's one of the
Khaleesi's funny.
baddies from Game of Thrones. Like she was like a queen or whatever.
Oh my god.
That's funny as shit. Okay, yeah. So I think it is important to discuss that because sooner or later, whenever we're all married, whatever the case, shit's gonna get boring. You're gonna have to find some shit to spice it up.
Tarzan and Jane.
Is it gonna get boring though? Is it gonna get boring? I feel like that's an assumption.
There's only so
I feel
many
like that's an
positions that
assumption,
you
too.
can do.
I think it's
Yeah.
an assumption, dude.
Yeah. Anytime sex
how
gets
would you
boring,
know?
you just need to take a break.
Not boring, but you at least gotta try some different shit.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah,
saying,
for sure. I
how
feel
do
you on
know
that.
It'll get boring to the point where you're like, yo, matter of fact, let me put this outfit on.
Yeah, my bad. That boring's a bad word for it. I guess repetitive.
It's well.
I don't know. I
Sex
think
with
it's
the
all
same
getting
person
us.
for a very long time.
Assumption.
It is an assumption.
Yeah.
That's why this is like hypothetical, but like
Hopefully, it don't get to that point.
so you don't want to ever have to do it.
I would never want to have to do it. No.
I guess yeah, that's
If
a
it's
bad,
like spur of the moment and
spur of the moment.
a lot of that stuff, I just think anything that's planned is gonna make it not as fun.
Oh, so you would surprise your shorty with the pizza?
It's got to be fun. Yeah, it's got to be fun. That's the whole point. I don't know.
Did you order meat lovers?
Yeah, you don't want to like schedule it. You don't want like a calendar reminder.
That's
like,
true. Yeah,
gotta go
it's
buy
gotta
the
be
outfit.
surprised. Yeah, that makes
okay,
sense.
9 p.m. It's sexy time.
Yeah, that's not hot at all.
That's weird.
Yeah. That's a good point. I appreciate you guys, getting in on that topic. I thought y'all weren't gonna answer anything. I thought we were just gonna have to end it.
Would you ever have a threesome with your girl?
Fuck no.
Yeah.
Never. That's
Right?
a one-way trip to
It's a-
breaking up.
It's a
Well, it has
dangerous
to be.
game.
It would have to be a woman, but if she was mutually like, if she brought it up, yeah, I would.
You gotta like.
I
Nope.
would never bring it up.
Nope.
It's just
Don't do it. Nope. That's a trap.
not with my wife. What he said. That part. Yeah.
So you guys, so that means you're not willing to do anything to please your wife.
Willing to do anything? No. Actually, no.
I would never do.
There
It's
are
a-
limits to
You know
what
what's
I'm
the
willing
next
to do.
like? Here's the thing with the threesome thing. There's two things. There's two different slippery slopes that come from that. The third one, okay, y'all are just both like that, and it works out. But the other two is what I see happening. Number one, you give just this much more attention to the other girl than she likes, and I'm not talking about giving her more attention than your girl.
You just
I'm talking about
perceive-
just this much more.
if she
That's true,
perceives
that's true.
it as more
That's a
attention.
fact.
That's a problem,
That is a problem.
Big
Yes.
right? The other option,
Can get dicey on
it opens the door to being asked, well, what if we do a threesome
Yeah.
instead of another girl with another man?
Yeah.
Now you have to have that conversation.
It's not a
Yeah.
threesome. Well,
It's three people. Let's just
Well,
to be
no, it's
sticking
a
to
train,
the technicality of
technically,
it.
but yeah, threesome.
technicalities, everybody's fucking each other.
Yeah.
So it means you're fucking the nigga, he's fucking you.
Yeah.
Y'all all
See,
fucking
fuck
each
all
other.
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
If it's just
valid.
you two,
This
that
is
you're
why-
running a train.
This is
I
why-
had
all
tunnel
of it.
vision about it. Just the fact that it's three
This is
people.
why
That's the only thing I.
all of
Two
it-
niggas and one girl, and the two niggas are not fucking each other, you're running a train.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's a train.
no, I mean I appreciate the vocabulary lesson.
No, but it is though. It is.
I didn't-
We need to draw the lines.
I just don't want you to think you're going into a threesome one day and not know what to expect.
Can you imagine trying to box a dude butt ass like your girl's also butt? Like, what do you mean?
Oh, snap.
This
There's
is
gonna be
why-
some incidental contact, bro.
This is
Like,
why
you gotta be
shit
careful.
fall
Yeah.
Now he's thinking like they both about to get on the girl. And the nigga's like looking at him.
Hey, bro, what you looking at me like that for, bro?
Yeah, right.
You need to.
Say, you look like some barbecue chicken.
Like, hey, why you still
No.
behind me, bro? Move. Fuck out of here.
Yeah,
Nah,
see,
yeah.
so I just just eliminate the you.
Yeah, if she's about to be your wife, I don't think you can do that.
Nope.
Okay.
I don't think
okay.
it will work out. long
I'm an
term.
engineer. I only know two things about problems. I either solve them or I eliminate them. This is one of the eliminate ones. Just don't get into it altogether.
But it might work for some people.
Yeah, I'm not
You
knocking
know?
it. I just know
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
That's the luck that I feel like
Yeah.
is those two different avenues.
For sure. That
most likely that like I did something with the other girl that really pissed her off.
Yeah,
that's the one I see happening 90% of the time.
After you agree to do that, it's probably your relationship. It's gonna get worse than better.
Just a can of worms.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because imagine y'all really liked it. Now it's like your freak level
and
on
freaked out.
Yeah.
Now you gotta have a bunch of freak
You're
offs.
chasing the freak satisfaction, bro.
Exactly.
Like, and even just like
and you never know which way that could go, right?
Yeah,
Right.
You're gonna get used to. You're gonna get used to the threesomes eventually.
Now you catch her doing weird shit like on her own. You're like, yo, baby, what the fuck just happened?
Oh shit!
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like,
And
How about a foursome now?
yeah.
yeah, and I'm like, you know,
that's true,
just
true.
just spiritually too. Yeah, foursome.
Spiritually.
Like foursome, like I'm sharing this shit with all these
Yeah,
people.
like-
Fivesome. Like next thing you know,
5 years later,
you
you're in a
gotta-
fucking room.
Yeah, you think these girls are gonna come over fed? No, now you gotta five five women, bro. Like, what are you doing?
Before you know it, it's a Diddy party, bro.
Yeah,
right.
Like, you know what I mean? Now you got a community in the house.
Yeah.
Damn,
Before you know it, you're getting arrested because you try to blow up Kid Cudi's car. Like,
Yeah,
Diddy
for
at this
real.
point.
Like, no, it's just too many different avenues no. If I actually give a shit about you in a relationship way, I'm not doing it.
You guys made some valid points.
Yeah, don't do it.
Anything else on your guys' minds, hearts, souls? Again, we got to thank everybody for 1K. 1K subs is big.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Now we got to get
Road
10K.
to 10K.
10K. Road to 10K starts now. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Again, to WeSoCultured.
Subscribe first, then like, then comment.
Yes.
I think y'all got it backwards, and then you get dizzy along
They
the
like
way.
and comment first, and they forget to subscribe. But again, thank you for listening to episode 25 of the WeSoCultured podcast. Till next time, man. Peace.